So this game is now underway with the kick. It's a line drive kick. Going to bounce at the 15. It's going to be picked up at the 5-yard line. It's coming up to the middle, 15, 20, 25, and is met at the 30-yard line finally. Good fingers from gang tackling. I'm waiting for the refs to blow the whistle, but to let them have a rugby scrum. Finally goes down. Yeah. Garen, why'd the whistle not blow there? Talk to me.
You know, I think it's because that running back, or not the running back, but the returner's legs just kept on churning, and he was able to gain 5 more yards.
It's what they even teach you in soccer and any other sport. You play to the whistle, but as it stands, they're going to return the ball to the 35-yard line, so 1st and 10 Cougars. And we have to see who they got coming out here. We're looking for Jamel Jones to be the quarterback here. We want to see who the running back's going to be. And it's going to take us a second, so please bear with us. There's Jamel Jones.
It's going to be Andrew Nelson, the wide receiver.
Wait a second. Mikey Harrington's going to be quarterback. Actually, you've got Andrew Nelson back there. So your starting quarterback tonight for the Cougars is Mikey Harrington, the sophomore. That is some news. He's dropping back. He's going to pass right away. Has a man open. Catches it about the 40-yard line, and the Falcons still on his feet. 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5. Wow. The first play of the game goes 6 points against the Falcons to Andrew Nelson. That was fast.
Dan, the same thing happened last year with the Colony running back. They like to set the tone early. They did the same thing again this year.
So right out the gate,
just some
big 65-yard pass play touchdown for the Cougars. They're going to line up for the extra point. You've got their kicker out there. Looks like Keegan Stultz is going to be the holder. Their kicker, Nick Dill.
Nick Dill. Best name.
Wow. So I don't know a lot about Mikey Harrington yet. Have you heard anything in the back channels, Karen?
Not heard anything about Mikey Harrington at all, but my guess is maybe that they run a dual quarterback system with Jamel Jones maybe as their primary runner and Mikey Harrington as their passer, because a lot of high schools are leaning more towards that nowadays. But very surprised to see Mikey Harrington come out.
So don't throw the game plan out the window yet, but certainly look to make some adjustments on the defense side of the ball. Hey, you know, looking at high school programs, when do you make a decision to put a sophomore in to a season? Because they had a starter on their team. I mean, Jamel Jones, by all accounts, is still playing for him. I have not heard anything likewise. He's on the roster. And he did great for him last year against us. Again, they had 65 points. When do you look to a Mikey Harrington? I mean, how do they look to Ryan Depperschmidt when he came on as a sophomore?
You know, when you look raw talent, Dan, sometimes you can look at a guy and he carries himself differently, maybe with more confidence. Whether that means he just has more natural talent, they're going to lean more towards that sophomore quarterback, and that's the exact same thing that happened with Ryan Depperschmidt last year.
All right, so the Falcons are on the field to receive the kick here on the south end of the end zone there. I'm trying to make out who is back there to receive that kick. And
that is Kobe Minor, Dan.
All right, that's going to help me out a little bit, number 10. All right, so it's a short kick. It's going to roll out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Falcons when we come back here. Did it come out 20 or 25?
I want to say 20. It's going to come out at 20.
There we go. So Coach Young's going to huddle them up and get their game plan. Ryan Depperschmidt's there on the sidelines, bringing his team out to the field.
It's going to be brought out to the 30-yard line.
I wonder what goes through your head when you walk into a game. You're all pumped up. First thing that happens, 65-yard pass play right over your head. And it happens all the time.
Means you're in for a
kick
shootout.
Returns for touchdowns, everything else. So Depperschmidt's going to line up, has 2 to his left, 1 to his right. He's got 2 in the backfield with him. I'm going to assume it's Eanes and Smith, but the jersey numbers are hard to see. It's going to be pitched to the right-hand side.
That's Charles Williams.
Charles Williams is going to break it back outside again. Thought he had some space. Still trying to shake a tackler and goes down for about a 2-yard loss. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12. The ball did start at the 30-yard line, folks. I apologize for where we thought the ball was going to start at, but it's going to go for a short loss.
Yeah, the offense just gotta excel in the trenches, especially with the talented defensive line like this. The Colony's defensive coordinator is excellent at play calling and stunts. So it's going to be a huge matchup in the trenches tonight.
All right, looks like R.J. Eanes in the backfield there now with Brandon Kane and Charles Williams to his right. Got 2 receivers to his left. A little more of a familiar format for the Falcons here. Ryan's going to take the ball. Quick step drop, throws to the left-hand side. High, but caught there by Christian Covington for a nice little gain of about 5 or 6 yards. Going to bring up at 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Christian Covington, he does a really nice job of making those quick cuts between the slants and those stop routes, and climbed the ladder and made that catch for a solid 6 yards.
All right, so Christian Covington gets back on the left flank there with Kylie Smith now and one others. Going to have 3 to the left on this one. RJ Eanes in the backfield with him. 3rd and 4. Here's a snap. He's going to roll out to his right-hand side. Epperschmidt's in trouble. Keeps the play alive. Tries to cut upfield and runs out of bounds. About a yard lost. He's going to bring up 4th and 5. So 3 and out here for the Falcons, it looks like.
Yeah, this is a momentum stopper for the Falcons, especially because this offense was fired up to go out there, and so is the defense. And whenever a play like that happens, 70-yard or more, any touchdown on the first play of the game, it's going to bring that team down. It's on Lake Dallas to pick it back up.
That was almost blocked there by the Cougars, but he does get it off his field at 35-yard line. It's going to take about 3 or 4 yards, and it's met by the Falcons. So 1st and 10, Cougars at their own 38-yard line. We're going to take a short 15-second break here. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Mark Tucker, Allstate Insurance, would like to remind you of the new law in Denton County of no use of handheld devices. Don't be a distracted driver. Mark Tucker, Allstate Insurance for auto, life, and home. Mark Tucker, Allstate Insurance on Swisher Road in Hickory Creek.
All right, so sophomores lining up, one in the backfield again, 2 to his left, coming from our right to left. Hard count there is going to have the Falcons jump offside and going to start out with a penalty, so that can't be making Michael Young happy.
No, and if there's the one thing that Michael Young hates are those penalties. He can deal with those touchdowns that happen, but penalties are going to drive him crazy.
That's what he was talking about last game, too, is just the sloppiness of some of the play. And that seems to be one of his talking points over and over again. So already we're going to take a little step back here, and it's going to be 1st and 5 for the Cougars now. And they're going to re-huddle back up. I don't know if they're going to change play up a little bit because it's a short yardage situation, but he gets him back out there. The formation looks about the same. Let's say you got Miles Price in the backfield now. He's going to get right under center this time.
This is going to be an ISO play right down the middle.
All right, he's going to pitch it over there to Miles. Going to hit the hole on the right-hand side. And tackled immediately by the Falcons. Maybe a lot. They're going to give him right back to the line of scrimmage. So really good job by the Falcons.
That was great recognition by Daryl Miner right there. Just cutting through all the offensive tackles, all that offensive line trash going and making the tackle on Price.
So this is something we're going to have to watch. Mikey Harrington actually ran to the sidelines to get one of the plays in there. Had almost 2 huddles going at the same time. I haven't seen a whole lot of that this year. And this time he's going to get back under center again. This time it's going to be trips left, one in the backfield. Nope. Looks like 88's going to go back to his right-hand side. So plenty of time, man in motion, goes to his right. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out to his left-hand side, has a man, throws the ball up for grabs there. Almost intercepted there by doggone Jalen Harris. Got his hands all over the ball but couldn't pull it in.
Dang, you want to see this team make some more interception, more of those turnovers. But great play by Jalen Harris, great recognition. Just got to come down with that ball.
All right, so that's going to be 3rd and 5 now for the Cougars. The Falcons with a chance to get off the field early and get that offense back out there.
What this Colony offense likes to run is a double tight end set. Sometimes they'll do a single tight end, but you're going to constantly see a tight end out on that formation.
All right, it's the first time I've seen Jaden Abdallah back in the backfield. I was expecting a little more of him tonight. Mike Harrington double checks in, calls a different play here. Clock's going to run out on him, though. 1 second. Let's see if they get it off in time. He takes a snap. Handoff does go to Abdallah, who runs up the middle. Is going to be met after about a 2-yard gain. Going to bring up a 4th and about 3. So Falcons, really good job on defense. Should get him into a punting situation.
Yeah, once again, you got D.L. Robertson and Daryl Miner on the stop, just sniffing it out and just wreaking some havoc right now on the Colony.
That was a very good momentum stopper by the Falcons. They needed to stop that drive. If they scored again, I think the Falcons would have been shot.
Shaji, I'm looking for you down there to see where you're roaming on the sidelines. Where are you at, brother?
Look to your right.
Oh, there you are.
I'm standing this way because that way I don't get as much static.
Excellent. I want to keep an eye on the pulse of what's going on the sidelines. Here's the kick. The kick's going to be a short kick, going to bounce at 30. Takes a Cougar roll down to about the 25-yard line. So when we come back, your Falcons will have it 1st and 10 for their second possession of the game. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Sweet Huffine Chevrolet, in Louisville, where the prices are so low. So low, so low, so low.
Man, they don't give us much time to breathe during these breaks here. Ryan Depperschmidt already has the team back on the field. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 to the back. That's going to be Charles Williams in motion to the left-hand side. Depperschmidt's going to keep it, though. Cuts back up the middle and is met maybe after 2 or 3 yards. So still trying to feel out this Cougar defense.
Yeah, Dan, and we've seen Ryan Depperschmidt. They love to run him, and he loves to run the ball. But we're seeing every game he's getting a little gimped up, having a limp off the sideline, so you kind of want to see that slow down just a little bit.
All right, the referees are taking their time again to put the ball down on the field. It looks like he didn't get much of a gain at all. I think that was an optical illusion on my end, saying he got 3 yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 10. Ryan's going to open the backfield this time. He's going to have 3 to his right, 2 to his left. And the play clock has not started, so a little bit of confusion out here on the management of the game clock here.
Now, in this formation, Coach Young loves to run these bubble screens with 3 to the right, and you have both Charles Williams and Kylie Smith in the trips formation.
Well, we haven't called Brandon Engel's number yet tonight. I would be surprised if we get through this possession without doing so. They finally stopped the game clock. The game clock probably ticked about 30 seconds off while the referees are trying to figure out what they were doing. We're still in that process, folks, so we apologize for the delay. Although there's nothing we can do about it.
There's nothing at all, but I want to point out number 18 of the Colony, Peter Kimani. He's a senior, but man, he stands out there. He's huge.
All right, so now we're going to get into our play here. The play clock's running again. Ryan's in the backfield in shotgun. Checks back into the sidelines. Maybe didn't like what he saw there. All right, maybe we got our play in here now. Going to run out of time clock here. Come on, Ryan. There's a snap. Ryan looks to his right-hand side. Has a man across the middle. Caught there. Beautiful catch. Going to be really close to a first down here. That is going to be a first down Falcons.
That was Kylie Smith on that quick slant. He has excellent hands. Such a natural guy catching the football and just gliding across.
So they're going no huddle, get him right back to the lineup. Ryan's looking for the snap, trying to catch him off sides, and then he's going to check back in. Smart play. Now they're going to get called for a legal procedure here. Yes, they are. So, second penalty of the game for the Falcons. Ryan looks pretty upset at that one, and as well he should be. That's going to march it back 5 yards after a really positive play. The Falcons are having luck across the middle.
Yeah, you're going to, if they're starting out and they're able to get these short, intermediate passes, this is what Coach Young loves to do. You're going to be seeing that all night with Kylie Smith, Charles Williams. I want to see Brandon Engel involved, but he's their deep threat guy.
Yeah, Charles Williams on the inside of that trip position on the right-hand side. Ryan's going to tuck it and keep it himself. Runs up to the right-hand side. Got a blocker up there. Gets through a few. Wow, really worked through those tackles nicely. Picks up about 7 or 8 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
What a force to be reckoned with when he has the ball in his hands. When he's outside the pocket, it's all him, and he's going to take it, and he's going to tuck it and run.
So making something out of nothing. He didn't give too much time to it, though. I think he was going to have run on that one anyways. 2 in the backfield this time. The handoff's going to go right up the middle. Looks like R.J. Eanes. So that's Williams. Almost broke through the first one, but could not. Finally, the Cougars wrap him up. It's going to be a loss of about 2. Should bring up maybe a 3rd and 10.
You know, once again, we're seeing how the offensive line is not doing their jobs. They've been problems for the entire season. Either they're not protecting Ryan or they're not getting the running game going.
All right, so this time Ryan throws 4 receivers to the left-hand side.
It's an odd formation here with the offensive tackle and offensive guard.
Okay,
you got them split wide.
Yeah, there's a big hole right there.
Cougars are really spread out on the defensive front, though. They've only got 4 there on the line.
They got 5 seconds. Better get the ball out.
You got to watch for Kimani on this play.
2 seconds.
1. That's going to be a delay of game. I think they're going to call timeout just in time there. So Mike Gibbs going to regroup his troops here, try to put something together. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast. We'll be right back.
Do you want a better-looking smile? Dr. Christina Mackey of Loretto Family Dentistry can handle all of your family dental needs. Located on Corinth Parkway, you will love our warm and inviting atmosphere with ceiling-mounted flat-screen TVs. Find us on the web, LorettoFamilyDentistry.com, and contact us for information regarding free, pre-filled disposable whitening trays. Loretto Family Dentistry.
Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent, has been a proud sponsor of your Lake Dallas Falcons football before there was a Lake Dallas Falcons football team. Mark was a sponsor before there were automobiles, before there was even a Mark Tucker. Ha! Impossible, you say? Not if you know Mark Tucker. Your rate's too high? Your company raising your rates every time you turn left? Give Mark a try. Mention Lake Dallas while getting a quote. For every quote, $5 will go to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club. $5, $5, $5. Ka-ching! Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent.
All right, so Falcons are back here on the field, 3rd and 8 on their own 40. Let's see if they can get a first down and keep this drive going. Ryan takes a snap, quick 3-step drop, looks to his
Brandon
right
Ingle
side.
wide open.
Deep ball down the middle. Has a man if he can get him.
Oh.
Did he catch that?
Wow.
That was ridiculous.
He caught that.
That
was
is
an
Kylie
amazing
Smith
catch.
with a circus catch.
Wow.
All the way down to the Cougars' 21-yard line, 1st and 10 Falcons. That's the best catch I've seen this year.
That better be on ESPN Top 10. I mean, that was amazing. One hand, double covered.
So Kylie Smith,
Wow.
as I say, double covered. Now a very weird formation. Ryan Depperschmidt, quick screen pass to the right-hand side. Has Williams, has some blockers up front, makes a beautiful cut back to the middle. He's going to pick up another first down for the Falcons. He's still on his feet. Finally down to about the 8-yard line of the Cougars. 1st and goal, Falcons.
You think the Falcons kind of took this momentum right here, Dan?
I just wanted to figure out what that formation was. That was a crazy formation. You had 4 guys to the left, 5 guys, well, couldn't be 5 guys, right? It just seemed a really weird formation. So we're seeing some fun stuff tonight from the Falcons. Coach Young has been spending some time with the team and dialing some things up. Ryan Depperschmidt opens the backfield this time, 3 to his left, 2 to his right. Checks back into the sidelines to see if he's got his play right. 12 seconds left on the play clock here. Hurricane Harvey's shaking his head about something. We got to figure out what's going on here. All right. So here's a snap. Ryan looks to the left-hand side. Has a man right across the middle. Caught it 10, 5. He can reach across touchdown.
Kylie Smith.
Touchdown, Falcons. Kylie Smith.
Oh, that was Christian Covington. Wow. The way he ran that slant, how quick, how fast, that just looked like Kylie Smith out
there.
there.
It is. There's the signal. Now we've got our touchdown. So a beautiful drive by the Falcons there, dialing up a big one on a 3rd and 5 to get them at 1st and 10 down there. And boy, they just went into that quick no-huddle offense. Boom, boom, boom. Touchdown, Falcons.
I think we got to thank Kylie Smith and his hands for that whole drive and that touchdown right there.
Oh, that is going to be pretty to watch on the video.
You know, you look at that play, and Brendan Ingram was wide open. I mean, it was a touchdown pass. I thought I was about to criticize Ryan Dapperschmidt for throwing to Kylie Smith, but turned out to be a highlight play.
Yes, it did. So a little confusion here on the extra point. Some whistles blown there, and referees are conferring. They forgot to wait for the black and white. Got to have them ready to play before you guys can play. So they're going to line back up and try to kick this one again. And here's your snap. Kick's going to be up. Kick's going to be good. That's going to make it 7-7. So a great drive there by Ryan Depperschmidt. 39-yard pass play to our good friend Kylie Smith makes this a different game. And when we come back, the Cougars will be taking possession. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Yeah, I know you see it over there. Right off I-35 in Denton. New family-friendly vibes, saying sweet, sweet, saucy barbecue. I'm talking ribs all saucy. I'm talking pork all saucy. If you want barbecue, Bone Daddies is for you. Gotta get your barbecue from Bone Daddies.
I don't always watch high school football under the Friday night lights, but when I do, it's with Maston Air, watching the Lake Dallas Falcons crushing it. Stay cool, my friends.
Oh, if anything, Lake Dallas Quarterback Club production team has some of the best commercials on Friday nights. We are back here. Your Falcons are going to kick from our left to right here. 7-7 game. Gary, we're in for a good one tonight.
We definitely are, Dan, and I'm excited to watch the rest of this game.
All right, so Marcial Apayez was so excited. He actually kicked it clear of the end zone, touchback there. The Cougars going to bring it out to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
You know, Dan, before this drive starts, I just want to talk about how the relationship between Apayez and Ryan Dapperschmidt has clearly improved on the PAT unit.
No, it's spot on, because they have had some trouble over the games. What did you see out there?
I just saw that Ryan Dapperschmidt clearly held the ball down and faced it, and Apayez was able to kick it through, and they gave each other a handshake knowing that they need to improve on it, and they have.
So no more Ace Ventura laces out comments? They seem to be calming down?
Yep.
That's good.
I don't think he knew who that was, Dan.
Come on.
I know Ace Ventura. Are you kidding me? Pet Detective?
Yep.
All right. So here we go. Mikey Harrington's back on the field. He has an open backfield this time in a shotgun formation. He's going to keep it himself right up the middle. He's going to get about maybe a yard or two. Really, really nice tackle there. I want to see who came off the pile. Who is that down there?
That was D.L. Robertson coming off his man. I'm telling you, Dan. This is the best. This guy has all the qualities that you want in a defensive lineman. He has the hands. He has the pass rush. He's able to get off blockers, whether they're bigger, whether they're smaller or more agile than him. He's always able to get around his guy.
More importantly, he has a year of eligibility left, so we'll get a chance to see him next year, too.
It's amazing.
Which is really nice. All right, so the Cougars going to line up in an I formation now, 2nd and 8. A handoff's going to be right up the middle. Goes to the right-hand side, has a hole. Finally brought down after about 5 or 6 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and short, maybe 2 yards there at the Cougar 32-yard line.
It's interesting how the Colony is using several different running backs. We saw they first came out with David Perkins as their backup, as their starting running back, and then they came out with Miles Price, Jaden Abdullah, and then Miles Price
Andrew Nelson back there. We've seen a lot of guys, and that's going to be really hard for us folks to keep up with the Cougars as far as the amount of personnel they're bringing back and forth. So excuse us when we can't get it right there. 2 to his left, 1 to his right. He's got a fullback and a tailback in the backfield with him, and Mikey's going to check back into the sidelines now. Pushes both of the running backs, and now there's going to be a timeout, a little confusion there by the Cougars. So looks like
Falcons had something cooking up right there. You could tell they had a strength call. They had the defensive tackle and defensive end on the left side by side, ready to call, whether that be a text twist or just an exit call. That something big was about to happen.
So another opportunity to. No, we're going to just play through it here, Fab. I appreciate it, because hopefully they'll be down here in a second. We got a 3rd and 2 again, ball into 33, so tight game. If the Falcons can find a way to stop this one again, it really changes the dynamics of this game. I mean, good gosh. Really, if you look at it, what do they have here? We take away their one big play. There's not a lot of yards here for the Cougars. Matter of fact, I can't see any because the passing yards aren't up there, but that's okay.
Dan, and I'm going to quickly interrupt you right here. Getting this win tonight
there we go.
Is a huge momentum changer for this team going into playing Little Elm. I mean, they're going to be playing Creekview next week, but with this win, if they can get this win under their belt,
right,
it's going to be huge for
this
you take
team. Away that pass play.
It's going to add a whole
10 yards.
It's going to add a whole nother confidence
All right,
level.
so the pitch is going to be to the right-hand side. The Falcons going to blow up the backfield. I don't think he's going to get it. They push him out of bounds right about at where they were at the line of scrimmage. That should be 4th and 2.
Zach Graham, he's kicking himself in the face on that one. He's just barely trailing him. That's so frustrating as a linebacker.
No, what are you talking about? It's 4th and 2. They stopped him.
It is 4th and 2.
But because he could have had it for about a 5-yard drop. Yeah, I saw that too.
That impresses me that he's going to kick himself in the face. That's very impressive. He's very flexible.
And he's going to stay on his feet at the same time.
Folks, your Lake Dallas Falcons have a lot of athletes on the field that can do amazing things. We've already seen some of that tonight with Kylie Smith.
Add that to the highlight reel.
The face would certainly add to that. So here's the Cougars kicking here from their own 33-yard line. Kick's going to be returnable. Looks like it's going to be Jalen Harris. Now he's going to let it roll. Looks like it's going to stall at the 25-yard line. So when we come back here, it's going to be 1st and 10 Falcons from their own 25. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Dr. V at Corinth Orthodontics would like to wish Coach Young and the Falcons a successful football season. Let's make it a great year and go all in.
Fireball.
All right, so the Falcons are back on the field, and right away, Ryan Depperschmidt opens it up the backfield. 4 to his right, 1 to his left. Every time you see this, a man goes in motion, but not this time, of course. Ryan's quick 3-step drop. No one's there. He's got some time, though, finally getting rushed. Tries to throw the ball away, and does so wisely. They broke containment there, and he just ran out of time.
Yeah, Engel was the intended receiver right there. Just couldn't get there quite fast enough. That's something that this team really hasn't done very well, is whenever Ryan Depperschmidt is under pressure and he's having to roll out, these wide receivers can't just stick to their to their route. They have to go and get open for Ryan Depperschmidt.
And that was Ryan Depperschmidt's first incompletion of the night. He is 5 for 6 right now. Again, an open backfield, 2 to his left, 1 to his right. The Falcons going from our left to right at their own 25, 2nd and 10. He's already got 3 wide receivers on the stat sheet. So Ryan's spreading the ball around. Let's see what we got here. Here's a snap, and there's a whistle. Good gosh, we just can't get into a flow.
No, we can't. And as soon, I mean, not only up in this broadcast booth, but down there as well. Whenever something starts going good, I'll say something stupid, or the Falcons will do something stupid down there.
Hey.
This is already the 3rd penalty on the Falcons in the first quarter. You just cannot. This is showing no discipline right now.
If nothing else, we have consistency there, Garen, so no worries. 2nd and 15 here for the Falcons. They're going to march out 5 yards for, I'm assuming, it's going to be an illegal procedure. But again, it's going to be 2 to his left, 3 to his right. Ryan takes snap, looks to his right-hand side, now to his left. Steps up in the pocket, is going to be sacked there. Looks like a loss of about 7 yards, so going to become a 3rd and a mountain of yards to try to get over.
Yeah, and Elizar Gajardo, number 40, defensive end of the Colony, just got back there and just left Evan Lee whipping for air. Those offensive tackles, they got to be disciplined on this game. You can't be lunging. These defensive ends are fast, quick, and have great hands.
All right, so the Cougars have been rushing 4 all night. They're going to do that again. Ryan Depperschmidt's going to take the snap, 4 to his right, 1 to his left, and check back in again. This formation is different from the Falcons. They're looking to speed things up. Ryan looks to his right-hand side again. It's going to be wide receiver screen. Has some blockers, but they're going to wrap this thing up after maybe a yard. Just got blown up on that, and they're going to have to recalibrate the offense here.
Yeah, I mean, we've only seen, I believe, just 1 or 2 run plays here. You got to establish the run before you can go and establish that passing game. And I know Coach Young and Coach Mills, they both love to chunk the ball in the air, and that's awesome. But you got to get a little bit of the run game mixed in order for that to work properly.
All right, so they're going to be kicking from their own end zone. Apayas lines up, almost blocked again, but gets away a whale of a kick. It's going to bounce at the 50, take a Falcons roll down to the 40. Really nice punt. On paper, it's going to be about 55 yards, but he kicked that from his own end zone. Really pretty punt there with Marcial Apayas. Got the Falcons out of a lot of trouble.
Marcial Apayas is feeling it in his leg today. He booted one out of the end zone on a kickoff, made his field goal attempt, and booted a nice, what is that, a 55-yard punt? I mean, that's
really
excellent on
that.
Marcial's part.
So, and you made a good point about establishing a run game. You look at last year, they were on the ground, 36 rushes and only 11 receptions. It was really heavily weighted on the run side, and right now we're almost seeing the opposite script.
Yeah, and I think that's just a change of having film from the previous year. They're able to expect what's going to
Cougars in
happen.
business at their own 38 Airlines. Pitch is going to be to the right-hand side. It's going to be tripped up after about 4 or 5 yards, bring up about a 2nd and 6. So, again, the Cougars back in business. Mikey Harrington trying to get anything moving. Oh, we have a Falcon down out there. Shaji, you got anything on the number?
I can't see it. There are players in the way.
Gosh, it looks like, I want to say maybe Preston Suttis.
And now medical staff is
we'll
around him.
find
I
out
can't see
here.
the number.
Steve, you can find out for us when we come back here. You listen to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast. We'll be right back.
Have the big trucks out front when you need them most. First Out Roofing here in the Lake Cities area. Commercial or residential roofing, leak or hail damage repair, contact Nick or Travis at firstoutroofing.com, where they are all in.
Hey Falcon fans, looking for a family-friendly local dentist? Well, former Falcon Dr. Danny Baird is the one for you. You'll find his new office located off Swisher Road, opening this December. Stop on by. You don't want to miss it.
Bone Daddy's House of Smoke is your place to go for delicious barbecue, new family-friendly vibes, and an outstanding menu. Bone Daddy's a proud supporter of Lake Dallas football.
All right, so really bad news for Lake Dallas Falcons there. That was Jacob Machuca limping off the sideline. They're going to have to check him out. It's going to bring a 2nd and 6 to the Cougars. Run play is going to be the right-hand side. The Falcons blew it up in the backfield, maybe 1 or 2 yards, 3rd and 4. So the Falcons doing a great job on the defensive side of the ball after that big play.
Yeah, and that was Abdullah on the call. And, Hayden Brockenbush is having to step in. He's starting right tackle for the offense. So not only just to go on to Jacob Machuca's injury, it not only affects the defense, it affects the offense because they're having to lose one of their starting right tackles.
Yeah, and the Cougars went right to that side of the ball, but the Falcons, again, did a great job of bottling it up. So Mikey Harrington's going to line his team back up. He's got 3 to his left, 1 to his right, 1 in the backfield. Here's a snap. 3-step drop, passes left-hand side, has a man open. He's going to take it about his own 30, 40-some yard line. Tackled after maybe a yard or two. The Falcons are really lighting them up on defense. 4th and 3.
Yeah, that was Polano Evans on that excellent recognition of the screen right there. As soon as he saw that offensive tackle just pop up, he immediately planted his foot in the ground and retraced and went up and caught the receiver. So kudos to him hustling over there and making that tackle.
Man, that is nothing like last week's game, nothing like last year's game against County. The Falcons defense, outside of one play, has really come to play. Jalen Harris is going to line up at his own 25-yard line to receive this kick. All right, and little pass rush at all. Here's your kick. Jalen Harris is going to let it bounce. Boy, you want to say he could have jumped up there and had a chance to get that ball, but he's going to let it roll down to about the 16-yard line of the Falcons. So 1st and 10 Falcons. You know, what's Jalen Harris is just not comfortable with the ball in his hands there, or shaky?
Now, I don't really understand why he doesn't take it because it seems every time he has the ball in his hands, he makes a huge play. I just think that he's afraid of the injury risk, especially on punt returns, because those guys that are going to cover, they have the most momentum, and I mean, you're just getting started. And I think he maybe gets a little hesitant right there, but he's a big play waiting to happen. I just want to see him get the ball in his hands.
In a tight game like this, you know, one of those turnovers can really hurt you. So Ryan Depperson takes a snap. Looks like it's going to be a run up the side, but no, it's going to be a reverse here. Coming up to the right-hand side. Kylie still got the ball. Makes about 3 or 4 guys miss. He's finally tackled after about looks like maybe a 9-yard gain, really close to the first down there.
I just want to bring up one of our offensive linemen got pancaked on that play, on that run. But
don't do
but I'm very happy for his effort that he got Kylie Smith a little open to have a good run.
Here. So it looks like he did not get out of bounds with 8 seconds left in this quarter. Let's see if they decide to get a snap off or just let the quarter end. Ryan Depperson looks back. He's going to take the snap. Run's going to be right up the middle. And should be enough for a Falcons first down real close
that's
here.
That should have been a flag right there.
What do you have going on?
It looks like there should have been an unsportsmanlike call on the defense as they shoved Hayden Brockenbush to the ground about 10 seconds after the play was over.
All right, we'll talk about that when we come back. That's the end of your first quarter there, Falcon fans. Your Lake Dallas Falcons 7, the Colony Cougars 7. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Chick-fil-A, located in Kensington Square on Swisher Road in Corinth. What else can you say? They have delicious food, great service, a friendly staff, and they're proud supporters of the Lake Dallas Falcons. Come down and try the new Egg White Grill Breakfast Sandwich, open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. with breakfast served until 10:30 a.m. As always, eat more chicken!
Whether you need a great job or highly qualified talent, contact your friends at Cornerstone Staffing. With recruiters in Dallas and Fort Worth, they'll find you the perfect match, guaranteed. Cornerstone Staffing, helping build a better workforce. All right, so welcome back. We have a little bit of drama here. Hurricane Harvey's really upset about the ball positioning. I was not paying nearly enough attention. He thinks it's supposed to be at 32. The ball is actually at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 Falcons. It is a 1st and 10.
The ball should be
Harvey,
at the 32-yard line.
All right, well, the coaches do not seem to be upset about this, so here we go, the start of your second quarter. Ryan Deverson's got 2 in the backfield. The handoff's going to know. He's going to fake it and keep it himself, pulls it down right up the middle. After maybe, I'm going to say, 3 or 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
Now, you got to give him a little more credit than that. That was a 5-yard gain, Dan.
No, 2nd and 8. It was only a 2-yard gain. So what are we not seeing here? There is some, I don't know if it's a glass. I think it's like some kind of weird, what do you call it? It's like a funny room glass. It's
like
not
like a haunted house.
So it's 3 yards, exactly what I said. 2nd and 7. Ryan Deverson's in the backfield.
It's not my day.
He pitches off to the right-hand side. That's going to be Kylie Smith. Kylie Smith's going to try to cut back here, find a little space, and finds absolutely nothing. Maybe a loss of a yard or two. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Guys, before this offensive play, I just want to let you know that Jacob Machuca is okay. He's running the field. He's all right. I think he's going to come back in for the next defensive series.
That is excellent news there, Shaji, and thank you for that. That's welcome news. So after losing a yard, it is going to be 3rd and 8. Ryan Depperschmidt's got one in the backfield with him. I want to say that's R.J. Eanes. He's going to have 2 to his left-hand side, rolling out to his left-hand side. Has a little bit of time now, tries to look, pulls it down himself, cuts it back to the middle. He's going to get a first down there, down to about the 42, 43-yard line. Picks up about 12 yards on that. Ryan Depperschmidt taking it into his own hands.
Yeah, he's got some wheels, man, and whenever he starts taking off, he gains that full head of steam, and he delivers a punch to whoever's trying to stop him.
Well, a good job. The Falcons put a lot of bodies on the line, kept a lot of those Cougars at base. And when he did roll out to his left-hand side, it did kind of open up for him. The receivers ran their routes, pulled the defensive backs out there. So a really big game, but Ryan Depperschmidt, 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. And here's a snap. He's going to fake the pitch out to his right-hand side, lines up the pass again, has a deep pass, thrown into double coverage again, and are they going to say it's intercepted?
It's intercepted.
It's intercepted. So another circus catch, but this time going the Cougars' way. The Cougars intercepted at 3-yard line.
Dan, okay, I have a problem with this. There are 2 fouls. There should be 2 fouls on the defense right now. There should be, 2 penalties. There should be roughing the passer because Ryan Depperschmidt really did get hit too late after the throw, and there should be a pass interference call on the defense.
Yeah, Shaji, I saw the same thing as you. I mean, you had the defensive end just unnecessarily just slamming Depperschmidt to the ground, and you had 2 guys holding Brandon Ingle deep. I don't know how the referee couldn't see that.
Well, Ryan Depperschmidt threw that ball up for grabs into double coverage. Again,
so far, he had good luck. But,
I know.
I mean,
he had
that time
lucky luck. That circus catch. Now, granted, that led to their first touchdown, but where they've been having success, over the middle, short hit passes. And I know he wants to get Brandon Ingle in the game, but maybe that's not the way to do it. So Cougars going to open the run down the left-hand side. Really nice spin move there. Going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards on their first possession. It's going to bring it up to the Cougars 40.
I think we're starting to see Abdullah become the main back in this game, as he's the most, when you're looking out there, he looks like a running back out of all those guys. You're going to be seeing him tonight.
All right, so he picks up actually 6 yards on that play, bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Cougars at their own 40-yard line. And, yes, Jacob Machuca is back out there, Falcon fans, so that is a welcome sight to see. Looks like he's able to shake off that little injury bug. Cougars going to...
yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Cougars going to line up, going to have 2 to his right-hand side. Cougars going from our left to right, 1 in the backfield there. Fakes the snap's going to roll to his right-hand side, looking deep. Has a man. Oh, really nice move there. I cannot read the jersey. It's driving me crazy.
That's Kobe Minor right there, Dan.
He cut that pass route off and did a great job of breaking that up.
Yeah, and you got to love those guys that can break out those curl routes and those comebacks. That's exactly what Kobe Minor did. They're hard to recognize as a safety. He's able to plant his feet into the ground and go and get it.
Yeah, Mikey Harrington's been spending a lot of time trying to get Keith Miller involved in that game. The really tall, lanky wide receiver for the Cougars out there. He looks like an athlete, but just a little bit more athletic on our guys there with the play, the breakup. And why can't I not make out these numbers? It's driving me crazy.
I think your old age is catching up to you, Dan.
It's this white-on-white jersey. It's driving me nuts. I mean, is that an 18, a 16? It looks like Darius Goodlow's jersey out there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The 10 looks like an 18 and a 19.
There we go.
It's just crazy.
So 2nd and 13. Looks like they're going to back him up a little bit. I did not see the penalty.
I didn't either, and I think they, honestly, I think they probably took a holding call right there.
All right, so that's going to give some help to the Falcons after a nice run play by Abdullah. Bring up a 2nd and 13 here. So again, Mikey is going to have one in the backfield. Quick pass to his left-hand side. Has his man open. The gentleman I was just talking about there, Keith Miller. Maybe he's going to get 5 yards. He's going to bring up a 3rd and long. So a good job by the Falcons defense bottling him up.
Yeah, there's a heck of a battle out at the right tackle position between Abraham Oguin, is that right? Oguin and Jacob Machuca out there getting after it. Oguin's having a great pass set out there, real quick out of his stance, and Machuca also very quick out of his stance. So it's a heck of a battle right now. Go to Chip.
3rd and 9. Mikey Harrington's going to check back to the sidelines, get his play right. He's going to have 3 to his right, 1 to his left, 1 in the backfield. Here's a snap. He's going to roll out to his right-hand side, looking for a receiver. Throws it in there. Found a guy right in the pocket. It's going to be a 1st down. Really good job finding a wide open receiver because I didn't even see him until the ball was delivered. 1st and 10, Cougars.
Yeah, I saw him. He did a simple cutback, and the problem, again, I'm having with the Falcons is that they're doing arm tackling. They're not breaking down and wrapping him up.
Yeah, and that was Antonio Dela Cruz of the Cougars, and I had him highlighted as the guy to watch for this game. And I want to say it's because he had some receptions last year. He did get a touchdown last year against the Falcons, so he is not unfamiliar to seeing the green and white on the opposite side of the ball. 1st and 10 at the Cougars 47. Mikey Harrington's checking back at the sideline, getting the call in there. Has Abdul in the backfield and 2 to his left. Snaps a little bit high, but pulls it in. It's going to be running from the left-hand side, who's hit right away, but shakes through the first tackler, shakes through the second. Really nice job keeping his feet moving. Picks up about 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 1 and into Falcons territory.
Now, I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Zaylin Long has got to be able to get off those double teams. He's getting double teamed. He's a big guy. He's got to be able to shed those blockers and cause some havoc because, I mean, they're switching over more to DL Robertson, who's your more quick and agile guy, able to make those quick plays in the backfield. But Zaylin Long has to come out in this game and just explode.
All right, so finally the Cougars getting some yards on the ground now. At 32 yards from 9 rushes, another 83 in the air. This is going to be 2nd and 9. Mikey's going to take a hand, look to his left-hand side, has a man. It's going to be a wide receiver screen. He's trying to find some room. The Falcons are just swallowing him alive. A big loss of about 5 yards. Going to bring up a nice 3rd down play for the Falcons. So great job, great pursuit.
Yeah, that was a great job by Talano Evans, able to not get cut off by the blocker, able to shed him, get on the outside, and just cause that tackle and cause that TFL.
All right, so 3rd and 5 here for the Cougars at the Falcons 47, but just, I mean, really good discipline on all of the defensive backs because it was a decent wide receiver screen, but again, when you only got one blocker in front of you and you've got 3 green and white jerseys coming at you, I don't know how much further you're going to get to go.
Not much because this team has just as good or better athletes than any other team in this district.
All right, so this time the Cougars going to send 3 to the right. Mikey drops back real quick past the left-hand side, has his man, is caught immediately, but it's going to be enough for a 1st down. So really good recognition of what the defense had out there by Mikey Harrington, and picks up an important Cougar 1st down, keeping this drive alive.
And that's on Nick Cagnetto. He's had his struggles this season, just has to really come up and prove himself again this game. They're going to be picking on him as Preston Sudis is your #1 corner for the Falcons.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. In his defense, that last play that he bottled up on that wide receiver screen, he was part of that and has done some decent job, but certainly a name that we've mentioned, gosh, about every game as far as, I guess, needs improvement if you get the grade card out.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so the Cougars going to drop back on his play, has his man right-hand side. That's number 88 again. Beautiful reception. It's going to be another 1st down going to Keith Miller. So the Cougars starting to find their rhythm here.
Yeah, they're starting to figure out because the Falcons are playing off coverage and with a lot of cushion between the receiver and DBs, they're able to get these short intermediate routes and chip off 5, 10, 15 yards every play.
So that was about 13 yards. Going to take it to the Falcons' 27-yard line now, 1st and 10 Cougars. And they're lining up a really tight bunch. One receiver to the left. They have a tight bunch to the right-hand side. Mikey's going right under center for this one. Let's see what the Falcons can dial up. He's going to give the handoff right up the middle. Bounces out to the left-hand side. Has some space. Beats Nick Cagnetto at the 20, 15, and runs out of bounds at maybe the 15-yard line. So
that's Daryl Miner saving the day for the Falcons.
Again, that's going to be another 1st down for the Cougars. So suddenly the Falcons defense is becoming porous, and they're just chunking off double-digit gains every possession.
Man, that escalated quickly.
So 1st and 10 Cougars at the Falcons' 16-yard line, heading from our left to right. Mikey Harrington's looking for the ball here. Checks back into the sideline. He's going to have 3 to his right this time. Again, it's going to be Abdullah in the backfield with him, 1 to his left. Here's a snap. Looks to his right-hand side. Passes the ball. Has a man wide open. 2 Falcon tacklers there. Both of them missed. 10-5 touchdown Cougars. My goodness. Jalen Harris and Preston Sudis were grabbing at air.
Yeah, that's just...
I told you, Dan, arm tackling is the problem.
That's just miscommunication between those guys. I mean, you had 2 of your best tacklers just slam into each other and completely take themselves out of that play.
So an easy run-in after he made those 2 men miss and a beautiful cutback to the middle. Gives another 6 points to the Cougars. They're going to line up for the extra point here to go up by 7 with 6:14 left in the 2nd quarter. And here's your snap. The kick is up. The kick is good. So another 7 points for the Cougars. The Cougars going to go up 14-7. When we come back, your Falcons will be taking over with 6:14 left. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Commercial flooring can be complicated. Let the team at TW Hicks uncomplicate the process. Located right here in Denton, Texas, TW Hicks will work with you to determine the best solution for your flooring needs. Focused on quality service, quality leadership, and the experience needed to be your industrial flooring solution, make TW Hicks your flooring source.
Do you want a better-looking smile? Dr. Christina Mackey of Loretto Family Dentistry can handle all of your family dental needs. Located on Corinth Parkway, you will love our warm and inviting atmosphere with ceiling-mounted flat-screen TVs. Find us on the web, LorettoFamilyDentistry.com, and contact us for information regarding free, pre-filled disposable whitening trays. Loretto Family Dentistry.
All right, so that's the second touchdown pass for Mikey Harrington tonight. He has 8 of 9 for 116. He's putting up a really strong night, the sophomore is. Looking great for the Cougars this game.
Yeah, this offense just has to come back out there and respond. We thought it's going to be a heavy defensive game, but this is going to be it's just going to be communications between both offenses.
So Kylie Smith and Jalen Harris are going to be back to receive the ball. Here's the kick. Looks like it should be returnable. No, it's going to go way back out of the end zone. There must be some kind of breeze out there because that ball went back through the end zone there too. And judging by the trajectory, I thought he was going to field it.
Dan, I feel it from here. As my hair's blowing in the wind, I just feel it totally.
Yeah, I'm starting to look at the field goal kicking piece over there. And if you look at the Old Glory there, Stars and Stripes on the north end, it is just blowing straight. I'm sorry, in the south end of the stadium, blowing straight north. So something to keep an eye on here as the game goes on.
And I think that's why we're seeing these short throws, Dan.
Yeah. So as it stands, down 7-14, plenty of time left the second quarter. Run right up the middle here, has some room. Picks up right about, looks like 5 yards. So a good start to the Falcons there. That was
Itzeo Nava on the carry.
Good to see Nava back on the field. So nice first down play there for the Falcons and getting some decent position.
Whenever he gets the ball in his hands, it just seems like he's always just churning out 5-6 yards.
All right, Kylie Smith goes in motion to the right-hand side, but again, right up the middle. No, Ryan Depperschmidt keeps it himself. Boy, excellent fake there. Going to pick up about another 4 yards, bring up a third and real short here for the Falcons.
Now, he tricked me out on that play because I thought Nava got that carry, and I saw a huge hole for Nava, and I didn't quite understand why he pulled that, but still got a positive play.
Yeah, I was watching Nava carry 3 tacklers there, and then I realized that Ryan Depperschmidt was still running pretty aggressively to his right-hand side. So 3rd and 1, Ryan Depperschmidt's going to...
That's
it's not
Kylie
Ryan
Smith.
Depperschmidt.
That's a Wildcat.
To Kylie, who's going to be...
First down.
I don't think he's going to get it. They're going to call him short there, Garen.
I think that they're going to give him the first right here where the ref is marking it. Ran right at the mark. I think it's going to be measured.
That's going to bring up 4th down in inches.
I'll be surprised if they don't measure this one.
There's nothing to measure because it was starting at the 25-yard line, so it's a true 10 yards since it came off the kickoff. It has to cross that hash mark. So 4th and 1, Ryan Depperschmidt's they're gonna go for this one. Boy, this could be a good turning moment here for this game. Let's see if they can pick up the first down here. Maybe they're going to try to call them off sides. Yeah, they're going to call a timeout and talk it over. So when we come back, it's 4th and 1 for your Falcons in a tricky spot here. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Commercial flooring can be complicated. Let the team at TW Hicks uncomplicate the process. Located right here in Denton, Texas, TW Hicks will work with you to determine the best solution for your flooring needs. Focused on quality service, quality leadership, and the experience needed to be your industrial flooring solution, make TW Hicks your flooring source.
If you have cavities, it can be a tragedy. Drive on over to Dr. Danny Baird's office. He'll get your teeth all nice and shiny. With a family atmosphere, you'll feel right at home. Don't be shy, drop on by.
Holy static. We're back here, folks. Sorry about that. I don't know where that was coming from, but here we go. So Ryan Depperschmidt is still on the field, 4th and 1. It looks like the Falcons are going to go for this here. and he's going to open up the backfield too. So this is either going to be a what looks like, he's going to come right up to the line of scrimmage and keep it himself right up on the right-hand side of the line for an easy first down. Great play calling there by the Falcons for a first down.
Yeah, that was a great play by Depperschmidt. Just patient, not just hopping over the top of his center, just able to sit back there and find the hole that opened up. And Brockenbush opened up a wide, gaping hole that he is able to get a couple yards out of, get that first.
All right, so first and 10 at their 39. R.J. Eanes in the backfield with Depperschmidt. That's going to be Callie going in motion just left to right. R.J. Eanes going to take it right up the middle, still on his feet somehow. Got hit right away. I want to say hit by his own lineman because he tried to run through somebody.
Now, something I don't quite understand, I know that R.J. Eanes is their power guy, but they don't ever, I don't quite see them switch up with Kylie Smith in the I formation, able to get those in between the tackles carries. I just want to see a little bit more of that from this team.
Hey, Shaji, if you're seeing what I'm seeing, keep an eye on 24.
Yeah, I see it.
He came off limping up the sidelines there, folks.
Yeah,
Let's
I saw
keep an
that.
eye on that. We got two in the backfield now with Depperschmidt. Two to his right, one to his left. Here's your play. He's going to fake the whatever. Here's a play. I lost it there, Gary.
He's going to fake the whatever. You know it, audience.
So
you know what he's
apparently
faking.
The word pitch has lost my vernacular. There is a penalty on the play here. Hopefully it's going to be a pass interference.
Dan, oh man, you continue to surprise me.
Hey, I am here for you, brother. Again, if nothing else, your Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast team will entertain. So I think they are going to get a pass interference here that's going to wait.
This could be on the offense.
It's an offensive pass interference.
Nope, it's going to go against the Colony.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was an offense because they were backing up. So I was like, what the heck are they doing?
So a big penalty is going to give a first down to the Falcons in Cougar territory here at the Cougar 49-yard line. So a huge break there for the Falcons.
Charles Williams in the backfield in the I formation. You're going to see him get the ball in between the tackles.
All right, Brandon Engel sold up on the right-hand side. The pitch is going to go to Williams. Williams going to drop back and pass. Has man open. That's Brandon Engel downfield if he can get the ball. Tries to climb up there and just underthrown a little bit there. Dialed up one of our favorite plays. We saw it there back there at the the Frisco game at Centennial.
Frisco Centennial, that play works perfectly. And I'm seeing a lot of pass interference. I know they just got one called on it, but I just a little too early contact right there on Engel.
As underthrown as that one was, though, I think the defensive back had position on that.
I think it was an uncatchable ball in the first place.
I think Charles Williams probably kicked himself for that one because Brandon Engel had about a good 3-4 yard separation. Really could have done some damage with that. As it is, here's your second down play. Ryan Depperson's going to hand off right up the middle there. I think that was going to be, is that Williams?
That is not
Nava.
Williams. That is Nava.
There we go. So
these numbers do look a lot alike,
I'm
Dan.
telling you.
I understand your pain.
Dan, I don't really understand the play call on this. It's 2nd and 10, and you just do a really quick run right up the middle. Your running game hasn't been established as well, so I don't know why they went for that play.
Well, as it is, Shaji, it's 3rd and 9, so at their 48-yard line, let's see what Ryan Depperson can pull out of his hat for this one. Two to his left, two to his right, one in the backfield. He's going to check back into the sidelines to get a different play called in here. Has to watch that play clock, though. It's down to 6 seconds here. He's still talking 5, 4. They're going to have to get the snap off here. And they just get it off in time. Ryan, 3-step drop is met immediately by a bunch of tacklers. The Cougars just rolled through the offensive line there for a huge sack, about 5 yards. Going to be on 4th down.
He just blasted right through the offensive line. It was nothing.
And you see once again Ryan Depperschmidt slow to get off the field. You got to protect your quarterback. He is the leader of this team.
You know, on that play, it almost looked like the Cougars were actually in their starting blocks on a track and field because he came through on full sprint, untouched to Depperschmidt. Depperschmidt made him miss and broke that one tackle. By the time he did, there was 2 other Cougars there.
Yeah, the offensive line just once again lunging, just grasping for nothing. Nothing was there, especially when they run. You got to sit back in your chair. You got to get that kickback. That first step is such a key factor in the trenches. If the defensive lineman or defensive end has that quick first step, 9 times out of 10 he's going to win that battle.
All right, so 4th and 14 at the Falcons 47, and I don't think a penalty is going to save them on this one. Kicking into that heavy wind, you can watch the jerseys of the referees just rippling out there. It's significant, so let's see what Apayez can do with this kick. Cougars going to stay back there at their own 25-yard line to field this kick. Here's your snap. Apaz takes his time, runs to his right-hand side, finally kicks the ball. Decent kick, but it's going towards the sidelines there. The Cougars going to field it at their own 28-yard line. So I think we'll stay away from the break. We only got 2 minutes left in this quarter here. You know, if you're Mike Young, you just want to get out of this quarter with a score of 14-7. Maybe catch a break on a turnover here and try to turn it for pick six or something.
Yeah, one thing about Coach Young is he's never going to quit. He's never going to let his team play just off and just kind of let loose until the second half goes, until halftime. He's going to play until the buzzer. Go ahead.
Nope,
I'm at a loss.
Guys, I just want to give y'all a warning. I am getting a lot of static on the radio, so it's really hard to hear y'all. So I'm just going to try and do my best to try and come in when I can.
That's fine. So here's the Cougars play. They're actually going to do a big pass play there up to the left-hand side. Has his man, caught the ball and steps out of bounds at the Cougar 46-yard line. So the Cougars going to try and make something out of this really quickly. 1st and 10 Cougars.
Yeah, just once again another huge pass play on the Cougars, and you had Zach Graham on the coverage. That's what they call red coverage, when you have to have that linebacker cover either the running back or you got to have him cover the number 2 wide receiver. Just got to do a little bit better of a job.
Well, that was Miles Price going right over the top of him to catch that ball. So 1st and 10 again here. The Cougars going to check back to the sideline there. Young Harrington's going to have 3 to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to roll to his right-hand side, look for a receiver. Has his man on the sidelines, caught at about the 48-yard line of the Falcons. Really close to another Cougar 1st down here.
Yeah, and this half isn't close to being over. You still have 2 minutes left, and they're driving down the field. They're already in Falcon territory.
That's what I'm afraid of here. So the Falcons, I'm surprised they're playing off as much as they are. I thought they'd be playing a little bit tighter coverage here. We've got some good defensive backs here. Try to get the pick. I mean,
especially with Preston Suttis, he's your fastest guy. He's probably the fastest guy out there on that field.
Yeah, Mikey Harrington, he had all day on that. Rolled out to his right-hand side, had about another 3 or 4 seconds. Looking for a pass play again to the left-hand side. Has his man and met immediately after he catches the ball. Maybe a gain or 2 or 3. But that was Nick Cagnetto knocking out. Did he pick up his own mouthpiece? Yeah, he did. But really nice hit by Cagnetto.
Yeah, that's one of those where you know he made that guy's head hurt, but Nick Cagnetto's head's hurting just as much, but he's proud of himself for that big hit.
So 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line. Harrington's going to roll to his right-hand side looking for another receiver. Has his man caught really quickly. He's going to be gang tackled at about the 36-yard line. He's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Now you're seeing once again that right tackle and defensive end battle between Machuca and Abraham Ogwin once again getting after it, getting a little chippy out there.
So I'd be surprised not to see Abdullah right now. Real short carry right up the middle, but Harrington's taking his time to get this call in here. Plenty of time on the time clock, though. 59 seconds left in the quarter. Here's the snap. No, he's going to drop back for a pass play again. Has a man wide open to his left and just really overthrows him bad. Brings up a dangerous 4th and 1 here.
Yeah, and this is a huge play for this Falcon defense to switch around this momentum. As I was saying earlier, it's getting a little chippy out there on that in the trenches, and you really don't want a pass interference call or unsportsmanlike conduct after the play.
So more importantly, that incomplete pass stops the clock. There's 52 seconds left in this first half. If the Falcons can find a way to get a stop here, they'll get possession with a timeout and a little bit of time on the clock. Really good field position.
And we know Ryan Depperschmidt can do a lot with a minute left on the clock.
In a very
4 seconds left.
Time. So they barely get the snap off, pitch to the left-hand side. The Falcons try to blow it up in the backfield, and they're going to. Oh, they just couldn't make the tackle. They had him in the backfield. The young man stayed on his feet and picks up a 1st down. Oh, that was close.
That was Hayden Brockenbush just almost getting him in the backfield. Just got to, just a step behind Abdullah right there, and just got to wrap him up fully and just bear tackle him.
And credit to Abdullah. I don't know how he stayed on his feet there.
Guys, I'm looking at the sideline right now, and Coach Young is honestly just dumbfounded. He just doesn't understand why his players aren't wrapping up and tackling.
And you know that they've been working on this for several weeks, as this has been a common occurrence among this defense.
Wait a second. There was a penalty on the play. It's actually 4th and 6.
Wow.
So I don't know what we saw there, but
I didn't see any laundry on the field there.
They're going to line up on 4th and 6. Mikey Harrington's under center here. Let's see what happens. They're going to fake the handoff. It's going to be a pass play. It's going to be a screen. They've got his man set the 35-30. If he can get out of that hole, he might be out of the end zone, but they do end up tackling him at the 25-yard line. Every Falcon on that defensive line bit on that screen.
Yeah, and you're going to get the last play right here, and the Falcons just got to stop him. They might catch him with 12 men on the field.
Mike Young has to call a timeout because they couldn't get the substitutions in time and just really undressed the Falcons defense on that screen pass.
Yeah, the Falcons have done a great job, especially with Delano Evans on discovering those and able to sniff them out and go and make those tackles. But this defensive line is they just have to remain disciplined. They can't play for just one quarter. They got to play the whole entire game, and they can't let fatigue set in, especially with this bigger and talented. You know, you don't really see tall offensive linemen out there, but man, they have some great feet and great quickness out there, and it's causing the defensive line some fits.
Well, the Falcons are really lucky on that play. There's not 6 on the board because they had a semi in front of them, about 4 or 5 blockers, and one Falcon defender found a way through to kind of hold them up until the others could come and help tackle them. Really got impressed right now. So at the 24-yard line of the Falcons, after this quick timeout, they're coming back on the field here. The Cougars, 20 seconds left. They have a timeout of their own. So they have time for a few plays here to try to get some points on the board. I would say they're a little bit out of field goal range, but I don't know much about their kicker.
Now you have Jacob Machuca out of the game right here. Hayden Brockenbush in at defensive end.
All right, so Mike's going to pitch to his right hand side. It's going to be a halfback pass. No, he's going to pull it back down. The coverage was there. He's got some room at the 20. Gets down to the 15. They're holding him on his feet, which is great. The clock's running down. Finally tackled at about the 13 yards. Really important there because it brought the clock down to 7 seconds. They're not going to have time for another play here. I think they're going to have to come out and kick.
I think they just called the timeout on their side.
Let's see what's going on here. Still waiting to find out if they called the timeout, because if they didn't, this clock should start right away.
This may be an official timeout. Now they're starting.
All right. So 6-5. They're going to let it run down to about 2 seconds and call their timeout to get their field goal kicker out in the field. And it's going to be at the 14-yard line. So we're going to take a quick 15. When we come back, it's going to be field goal time for the Cougars. You listen to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Have the big trucks out front when you need them most. First Out Roofing here in the Lake Cities area. Commercial or residential roofing, leak or hail damage repair, contact Nick or Travis at firstoutroofing.com, where they are all in. Sweet Huff Fine Chevrolet in Louisville, where the prices are so low. So low, so low, so low.
Okay, Falcon fans. So, it started out with really 2 big plays to kind of sum up this game. You had one other nice drive there by the Cougars to get another 7 points on the board, and they're looking to add 3 before they go out in the half. But this is still anybody's ball game.
Yeah, and this is right here. We've seen a lot of mistakes on special teams in the entire division and district. This is huge right here. The Falcons have to go and they have to block this kick right here, or they have to hope that one of the best names in the district, Nick Dill, misses this field goal.
All right, so Mr. Dill, here's the snap. The kick is up. The kick looks to be...
No good.
Yeah, no good. Wide right. So the Falcons catch a break going into halftime here, and your score's still 14-7. We're going to let Shaji do some running here to go talk to Coach Young, but a break for the Falcons.
Yeah, and this is a huge change in momentum going in.
All right, so back there to receive. Who do we got back here? Here's the kick. The kick's actually going to be a short kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 25-yard line, and he's going to take it.
That's Kylie Smith.
Miss at 30, 35. He's got some room to run if he can make one more miss. Gets all the way up to the 45-yard line, so an important return by Kylie Smith up the right-hand field. Falcons starting in great field position here, Garen.
Yeah, and I mean, Kylie always is making plays when he gets the ball in his hands, and you don't want to squib it to that guy because you're going to make a huge mistake.
I don't know. I don't think Coach Rudy Rangel saw any of the game film on Kylie. I do not know why on earth you would kick short to him and give him a chance to get blockers out there. But a big break for the Falcons. So at their own 46-yard line, here's their first possession of the second half, 1st and 10. Ryan Depperschmidt's in the backfield with R.J. Eanes. 2 to his left. Williams goes in motion to his left and fakes it. Again, the Cougars just blow through the offensive line like a sieve. Sacked for a loss of 7.
once again, it's offensive line's got to improve on that pass protection, just letting those guys go right through them, just lunging. And, you know, you would think that they talked a little bit about that, but once again, just popping straight up.
Okay, I am very thankful, but I do not understand how we only lost 2 yards on that play, but it's 2nd and 12. And you got 2 in the backfield this time. Brandon going to fake to the pitch to the left-hand side, throws it back to the right. There's Brandon Engel, the guy we were talking about. Makes one-man miss. Tries to get back on his feet. He's going to pick up about 5 yards, bring up about a 3rd and 6. So a nice little gainer there for the Falcons. And almost into Cougar side of the field.
Now, every game, it seems that Brandon Engel starts his stat sheet with that pass right there. And I think that's the start of something big about that for Engel.
So how am I not seeing this? The delays on finding the penalties has been incredible. So there was a false start apparently on offense. It's going to be 2nd and 17. So I'm going to get. And you know, if I'm the Cougars, do I take that penalty? I mean, you had a 3rd and 8. Now you give them 2nd and 17. You give Ryan Depperschmidt another chance to find some rhythm here. And honestly, the Falcons can hurt you.
Yeah, the Falcons just. I mean, I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if I'm just not seeing the flags or what.
All right, so R.J. Eanes going to be right up the middle here. He's got a few blocks, makes one man miss, shakes another tackle, finally goes down after a tough 5 yards. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11.
Tough run right there by R.J. Eanes, getting a nice 8-yard gain.
And I don't know if they're trying to soften up that middle of the Cougar line, or if they're maybe the Cougar line is over pursuing. They're trying to take advantage of that and bust into the secondary. But here's your 3rd and 12 play. Brian looks to his left-hand side. So better get rid of the ball. He finally does. Has a man who tried to make a move on it, but no luck. Ryan Depperschmidt's on his back out there.
Yeah, and that was just bad. I keep saying it, bad pass protection, but R.J. Eanes missed a key block right there that would have gave Ryan Depperschmidt a little bit more time as Depperschmidt's hobbling off.
I think when you say bad pass protection, that assumes that there was pass protection, because it doesn't seem like there's been any pass protection tonight so far for the Falcons.
Maybe I should say, you know, I really don't have a word for it.
All right, let's see if they can use the wind here.
Pass protection.
A big snap. Marcial Apayas finally gets the ball off. It's going to bounce it about the Cougars' 30.
Great punt.
But man, gets a nice Falcon roll. Going to roll out about the 13-yard line here. So a nice kick from Apayas using some of that wind to pin the Cougars deep in their own area. Be 1st and 10 Cougars here. So chance to see the defense now.
Yeah, we're going to see the defense. Everybody should be coming out healthy. Got their feet on them. Got their feet a little bit wet with this team. They're going to come out here.
Now again, Mikey Harrington, a sophomore, and I apologize for the static we're having out here, folks. That is okay. We just had to mute Shaji out there, so we'll get that figured out. But talking about Mikey Harrington, the sophomore for the Cougars. 13 of 15 so far for 169. The Falcons have to find a way to stop him when he rolls out.
Yeah, and this team, that goes along with the linebackers. They got to be able to go out and stop that rollout.
All right, so this is going to start this first half on the ground with Abdullah, who's going to maybe pick up 1 yard. The Falcons did a great job of bottling him up right in the middle. It's going to become a 2nd down. So, yeah, he has just been able to throw the ball all over the field. He's got 3 guys, 96 yards, 31 yards, 24 yards. He's getting a lot of receivers in the game. And, you know, Nelson has 5 catches, Dela Cruz 4 catches, Miller 3 catches. So he's doing a great job of spreading the ball out. Yeah, from their 12-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Mikey's going to open up the backfield. Got one running back there with him.
Hey, Shaji, could you get a little bit closer so we can cut out some of that static?
Going to pass to his right-hand side. Has a man. Oh, beautiful job. Tipped. I want to say that was Machuca up there. Did a good job of getting his hands up, breaking up that pass play. Just what we were talking about, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Machuca, he also plays a little bit of tight end. Has a really good arm length and able to knock down that pass. Big play for the Falcons on defense.
So something that we haven't seen a lot of this year, the defensive line getting their hands up to bat balls down, but that was an important one. Big 3rd and 9. This could really turn the field position part of the game into the Falcons' favor, because they will be kicking into this wind if they can get a 3 and out here. Mikey's got one in the backfield with him. 3 to his right, 1 to his left, going from our right to left. He's going to look to his right-hand side. Has a man batted down again, and that was
Daryl Miner.
Wow, so the Falcons really did a good job of breaking up those plays, and I don't know what Coach Young said to him at halftime or what he saw, But, boy, the defense have come out and really shut down Harrington on those routes. 4th and 9. Falcons are going to get the ball with great field position.
Yeah, and man, the Falcons just got to be able to capitalize on those close plays. However, it was third and long. They're taught to just knock down the ball.
So Jalen Harris is lined up at the Cougar 35-yard line to receive this. They are assuming this ball's not going to go far at all. And it's a botched kick, too. It bounces at the 32-yard line, finally rolls at about the 38. The Falcons in great field position. When we come back, it's going to be 1st and 10 Falcons at the Cougar 38. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Mark Tucker, Allstate Insurance, would like to remind you of the new law in Denton County of no use of handheld devices. Don't be a distracted driver. Mark Tucker, Allstate Insurance for auto, life, and home. Mark Tucker, Allstate Insurance on Swisher Road in Hickory Creek.
All right, so Mr. Covington and Williams are over on the left-hand side with Kylie Smith. Engel on the right by himself. Here's a snap. Ryan takes a quick step drop. Again, the pursuit's right there. He's going to drop it down and keep it himself. Ran right into a tackler. It's going to be about 1 or 2 yards. And, boy, Ryan's getting no time.
That's a huge missed block by Itzel Nava right there. Just let that middle linebacker just scream right down the middle and just completely whiff on that block.
So Depperschmidt trying to make something out of nothing ends up picking up a yard. 2nd and 9 at the Cougar 38-yard line, moving from our left to right. He's going to have, looks like Nava and perhaps Kylie in the backfield with
that
him,
is
or maybe
Charles Williams, Dan.
All right, he's going to roll his right hand side, trying to get out of a tackle, does get out of a tackle. I don't know how he's getting out of those tackles. He is a heck of an athlete. Picks up another 1 yard out of nothing. He's going to bring up a 3rd and long, though.
You know, I've just stopped questioning the athleticism of Ryan Depperschmidt. He's, I mean, to the eye, he just, everything you think about him is probably a mistake because he proves every single thought of yours wrong. He has power, he has speed, he has athleticism, yet he is a really tall and lanky quarterback.
Here's our 3rd down play. Brandon Engel is singled up on the right-hand side. Here's a snap. He looks to his left-hand side, though. Has a man across the middle. That's going to be Kylie Smith. He's going to get hit there. Bounces off his tackler. Still has the ball down to the 20-yard line. It's going to be a big Falcon 1st down after picking up about 15 yards in that reception. Worked through about 4 or 5 tackles there. Big play by Kylie Smith.
Just keep feeding him. Keep feeding him.
And they haven't had a lot of luck feeding him out of the backfield, so they're going to get him the ball in the air.
Any way that they can get him the ball, they're going to have success.
Brandon Engel singled up again. Brian Depperschmidt, 3-step drop, looks to his left-hand side, throws it up for grabs. Got him in the corner of the end zone, a little bit out of range for him. It's going to fall incomplete.
I think he's kind of feeling that connection between him and Smith right there. We haven't quite gotten the connection that we've wanted with Brandon Engel and Ryan Depperschmidt right there because of the pass protection. He's having to release the ball quickly, having to really change up his throwing motion to shorten it. Taking some big hits, but, you know, not too bad of a play call right there.
All right, so Nava in the backfield. He's going to have 3 to his right. Oh, hands off right to Nava up the middle there. Picks up maybe 3 or 4 yards. Going to bring him about a 3rd and 6. And Kylie Smith was looking at the sidelines, pointing to his chest. He was in motion there for a second, and I was trying to catch up with that call. I apologize, but went right up the middle again with Nava. So 3rd and 5 here. The Falcons could really use the points here.
Yeah, and, you know, it's gonna come down to the pass protection right here with the offensive line. Got to remain disciplined.
All right, so Depperschmidt opens up the backfield. 2 to his right, 3 to his left. They're looking like a blitz. Here comes the blitz. He's going to try to shake one and doesn't get it. Almost dropped the ball there, but did a good job of pulling it down. So a big loss of yardage. It's going to make it a tough kick, but they're going to bring on Apayez to try to put this through the uprights.
That was Quavon Mathis on the big hit on Depperschmidt right there. They're just not able to handle that kid. He's really tearing up Hayden Brockenbush out at the right tackle position.
You know, guys, I'm looking at the sidelines right now, and the defense on this team is really frustrated with the offensive line, and as are the coaches. They're shouting on the sidelines, block, 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 and I understand their frustration.
Wow. Easy to see that kind of getting on their own team, but I again, you can see it. So here's Marcel Apayez. The kid's got the distance. It looks like it went through, and that's going to be 3 points for the Falcons. So putting points up on the board. A nice kick there by Marcel Apayez. Probably about a, I want to say, what, a 35, 38-yarder?
It's got to be. I mean, he's having a heck of a night tonight in all categories. I mean, if they allowed celebrations, he should be standing right at that TC in the middle of the field. and just do, I don't know, maybe
No.
just ride imaginary horse or something, because he's killing
We
it.
don't need a Grammatica situation. No one needs to see that. So, Marcial Apayez, we love you. Do not do any kind of Michael Jackson celebrations down there. Just keep kicking it through the upright. So that's going to bring
Moonwalk to the sidelines.
Falcons 10, the Cougars 14 here. And say we're not going to have a whole lot of time to go to break. We just stay right through this one here. They're going to be using that wind again to kick from our left to right. And boy, on those kicks, we've been seeing these balls sail out of the end zone. The wind has shifted a little bit. It's not coming straight out of the south. It's coming out of the southeast now. So more credit to Apayez for being able to keep that ball straight and true.
Yeah, and they don't have flags at the top of the goalpost, which makes it even more difficult for the kicker to predict where to kick the ball at in order for it to shift.
Let's see if Young dials anything fun up here, because they've got a lot of green space in between where the Cougars are lined up to receive and where that front line is. You got 5 Cougars lined up at the 50, and then it's wide open back there. You chip the ball, maybe they have a hit the 35-yard line and try to run and get it.
You know, I never doubt this team because they always seem to have some sort of trick up their sleeve to change the momentum.
All right, so here's Apayez. He's going to send it deep.
That's going to
go out of the end zone again. That win is just something else. So when we come back here with 6:33 left in the third quarter, 1st and 10 Cougars, you're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Dr. V at Corinth Orthodontics would like to wish Coach Young and the Falcons a successful football season. Let's make it a great year and go all in.
Fireball.
All right, and we're back here. So here come the Cougars after the Falcons put up 3 on them. And let's see if Mikey Harrington can dial up some of that magic he had in the first half. Our hope is that he cannot. And let's see if the Falcons can keep those big meaty paws in his face. He's going to roll out to his right-hand side, has some blockers ahead of him. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards. Finally hit out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. So 2nd and 5.
Yeah, really not too bad of a play by the defense. I know they gained 5 yards, but defensive end, Hayden Brockenbush and Jacob Machuca both able to keep containment and allows Daryl Miner in there to make that tackle.
All right, so the defense is looking over to the sidelines trying to figure out what kind of formation to come in here. I haven't seen a whole lot of blitzes from the Falcons. That's one thing I haven't had a chance to see this year.
No, we really haven't seen much. We've seen a lot of strong side blitzes from Daryl Miner, but other than that, it's been relatively silent.
Harrington's going to keep it again, trying to pick on that right side of the field, and nothing doing this time. They're going to bottom up about a 2 or 3 yard loss and a sack. Falcons really good pursuit there.
Now, I don't understand the spotting of these refs. They're only going to mark it as a 1 yard loss, and they had him at about 3 or 4 yards at least.
We are watching a different game, Garen. You could not be
It's this
right.
glass. It's this glass.
That should be 3rd and 7.
I mean, no, I'm out here and
4.
I'm seeing the same thing as you guys.
All right, so we are not going crazy
All
out
right,
here in the booth.
so the Falcons are going to try to do it back-to-back, 3rd and 4, so he didn't get another 3 and out. Harrington tries to get him to jump. One man did, but they just go check back into the sidelines here. 6 seconds. He's got a little bit of time to get this off here. Rolls out to his left-hand side. He's going to have a man. Nope, he's going to pull it down and try to run. The Falcons wrap him up for another sack. Helmet's off there. 4th down. Falcons defense has come to play this half.
That's Taleno Evans and D.L. Robertson on the huge sack, able to force that 4th down play. Wow, and you got Taleno Evans pumped up out there on the field.
I swear I saw Zaylen Long in the mix on that one too, but
yeah, he's trying to get himself on those stat sheets as well, and they need a lot of contribution from Zaylen Long.
All right, so the Cougars cannot get things firing for them here in the second half, and they're going to have to kick again. Jalen Harris is lining up to receive this ball, had his own 47, so they're expecting another short kick here. Here's a snap. Almost blocked there. He does get the ball away. Jalen's going to let it bounce. Doesn't want to receive it on. Almost got into trouble there. Almost hit one of the Falcons, but as it stands, it's going to land at the 42-yard line. Where when we come back, the Falcons will have it 1st and 10. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Whether you need a great job or highly qualified talent, contact your friends at Cornerstone Staffing. With recruiters in Dallas and Fort Worth, they'll find you the perfect match, guaranteed. Cornerstone Staffing, helping build a better workforce.
Shout out to Fabulous Fab Solace. He does such a good job getting us back in and out of the break. So here's Ryan Depperschmidt, 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Ian's in the background. He's going to roll out to his right-hand side. Tries to find his man. Did a really good job. That's Brandon Engel has a catch here. For whatever reason, got a little too excited and stepped out of bounds, but a real nice 15-yard pickup. So found that, had time to let Brandon come back to him. Beautiful pass by Depperschmidt.
Should have been a late hit on the defensive back of the Colony on Engel right there. He stepped out of bounds, and about 1 second later, that guy came in and tried to lay the boom, but, Brandon Engel had something else to say.
One thing I want to say about Brendan Engel is that his route running is almost second to none. It is amazing how good his route running is.
He did a great job of cutting that one back. So here's your first down play. Eanes right up the middle. Makes one man miss. Still up on his feet at the 40. Oh, got a real nice big push from behind for another yard or two. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. 5 tough yards.
34, Ryan. Yeah, and R.J. Eanes is really starting to come along this game as he's become the bowling ball of the running back group.
So he's going to stay in the backfield. Depperschmidt's going to have 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Here's a snap. He looks to his right-hand side to Engel again. Engel, quick out. Another real quick 6-7 yards.
And like I said, Brandon Engel's going to get his stats coming from these short, intermediate passes from Depperschmidt.
So another first down already deep in the Cougar territory at their 31-yard line. Ryan Depperschmidt with Eanes in the background. Takes a quick snap, throws it to his left-hand side, has his man. Looks like Kylie Smith maybe there for about, I'm going to say, maybe a yard if they're lucky. Bring up a second and long here.
Yeah, that was just a simple drag route by Kylie Smith, just short, about a 1-yard route. Almost broke away from that tackle, but just grabbed him by the shoelace.
All right, so Depperschmidt has his team in the field, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Seeing Charles Williams eyeing this one up. Depperschmidt keeps himself right up the middle, makes a couple men miss. Really going to be close to a first down here again. My angles are bad. I think he got about 5-6 yards on that one. Going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
And that was a botched play from the get-go. Ryan Depperschmidt was going for the fake, and R.J. Eanes went the totally different way. And Ryan Depperschmidt just had to take it down the middle.
Well, he did a good job and got a strong pickup of 6 yards here. Yeah. Ryan Depperschmidt lines up on the left-hand side of the field. They're going to let Charles Williams throw this one.
This is Kylie Smith.
Kylie Smith, my apologies. So Kylie and R.J. Eanes in the backfield with a 3rd and 2. Kylie's going to keep it himself. Goes up to the right-hand side, makes a man miss, tries to get to the outside, and finally down after about a 4 or 5 yard gain, but an important first down for the Falcons. Here we go.
Yeah, and you see Ryan Depperschmidt all the way down in the end zone, carrying that DB on him. Just, Depperschmidt kind of got slammed on the ground at the end, but gets up and slaps the guy on the butt.
A little bit of camaraderie out there. Nothing wrong with that. So 1st and 10 at the Cougar 18. The Falcons are in business. R.J. Eanes in the backfield, 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Again, Brandon Engel's going to be single coverage. Let's see if he goes to him again. Ryan takes a 3-step drop, looks to his left-hand side, has a man, is going deep into the left-hand side of the end zone.
Oh, dang.
Did he catch it?
No.
It's incomplete.
They're calling it incomplete.
And that was intended for Kylie Smith right there. Really trusting that connection in this game.
They've been trying to drop that in the breadbasket from that nice angle, and it just hasn't worked out for him yet, but a really nice-looking play there. Boy, I thought that was close.
That was very close. They're so close to just having a successful play in that red zone.
All right, so Ryan opens the backfield this time and runs right up the middle, trying to make that miss, and picks up 2 yards. And if you saw the entire defensive line, they'd had such great pursuit, they just let him run right in, almost broke through for a big gainer.
Yeah, and Ryan Depperschmidt's really having to just carry the load by himself. He's almost got no offensive line in front of him. He's having to make this game and just put this offensive line and this team on his back.
All right, so 3rd and 9, an important play here. Let's see what they can dial up. Ryan Depperschmidt, 3-step drop, looks to his right-hand side.
Excellent route by Engel.
10, 5, touchdown, Falcons, Brandon Engel, Ryan Depperschmidt across the middle.
Now, Shaji was talking about how second to none Brandon Engel's route running has been, and wow, what an excellent post route by Brandon Engel. 10 yards, really made that defensive back bite and cut in real hard, able to get that TD.
Well, Ryan Depperschmidt paid for that pass with a really tough hit there. He's still on the field. He looks like he's in pain. Everyone's on a knee out here. We're going to take a quick 30-second and come back. Let's hope Ryan Depperschmidt's okay here. You listen to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Fab Sol is here to talk to you about Corinth Orthodontics. Dr. V and his great staff take care of my 3 kids and all their orthodontic needs. Dr. V and his patient-friendly staff also provide Damon Clear braces, Invisalign, adult braces, teen orthodontics, and 3D Smile technology. His office is conveniently located at 3901 Swisher Road. Visit them at www.corinthorthodontics.com for your complimentary consultation, or for information, email them at info@drvortho.com.
All right, so after that score by Brandon Engel, 16-14, your Falcons in the lead. Apayez out the field for the extra point. The kick is up. The kick is good.
That should be a roughing the kicker right there.
That's going to be a 17-14. And the coaches have their hands up in the air. They're waiting for the call. The refs are really letting these guys play. You know, Gary, you talked to me a little bit about this off the air, about the style of play of the Cougars. Is some of that coming to light here?
Yeah, it definitely is. The way the Colony plays, they're a very dirty team, especially up front in the trenches on the offensive line. And I mean, as you just saw, defensively, they're going to try and take out your players as non-penalty like as they can. So they're going to aim for the knees. They're going to aim for that inner knee as much as possible, as we're seeing that with Ryan Depperschmidt as he's coming off hobbled and holding his knee as they're checking it out right now. They slam into Marcial Apayez's knee.
Well, I thought the kicker was off limits regardless.
He is.
He got the kick away. The kick was up. The kick was good. How is any contact allowed without a flag thrown?
You know, that's a question for the ages, Dan.
Well, at least for these ages, for about the next 45 minutes here. But, hey, your Falcons are up 17-14, 2:19 left in the third quarter. Definitely a great showing from the Falcon defense here. Let's see if they can keep it up. Apayez is going to send the kick deep, and it's going to go out almost out of the back of the end zone again for a touchback. They're bringing out the 25-yard line. So, again, the defense this half has really shown up, Garen.
Don't jinx it, Dan.
Ha, ha, ha.
We're knocking on wood up here.
We absolutely are.
Y'all are surrounded by wood.
And that is very true. Wood paneling. We got a wood desk right here. Now everywhere's wood.
Well, I find it quite comforting. It feels like an old, comfortable cabin up here in the visitors' press box.
One thing I've noticed
that got some looks up here. All right, so the Cougars are going to set up shop here at their own 25-yard line, down by 3 points, 14-17, moving from our right to left. And I'm sure Mikey Harrington took some time to try to figure out what's going wrong this half. Here's a handoff right up the middle. He's going to push it off to the right-hand side, tries to find some open space, still on his feet, finally gang tackled after about maybe 2 yards. So a good job on the pursuit for the Falcons.
Once again, Daryl Miner on the tackle. He hasn't made as much noise as he did in the first few games, but he's really come back. He's showing what's up. I think that's about probably his 8th or 9th tackle of the game so far.
Again,
so he's really getting hot.
I got to question Coach Rudy Rangel's watching of the film. Why would you run towards Jacob Machuca?
No,
there's no love on that side, and they haven't gained a whole lot of yards going to that side of the ball. But here's your 2nd and 7 play. Mikey's going to pitch it out to the right-hand side, fake the reverse, still on his feet. Oh, that's going to be a flag. Big horse collar there by the Falcons. Credit to him. He's going to check on him, make sure he's okay.
And I don't think that there's a flag on the play.
Oh, there's a big flag right down there.
There's a flag on the play. It wasn't a horse collar. It was a face mask. His neck kind of snapped back, which caused his helmet to fall off. But it's a good thing he's okay and able to walk off healthy.
Yeah, there's your first personal foul of the game after all the stuff they've let the Cougars get away with. That's going to go against the Falcons. So good job, good pursuit on the ball, but just got his hand in the wrong place, and I assume that can happen.
Yeah, and this defense especially, we've seen fatigue start setting in. That can't happen, and that was on they face masked Jaden Abdullah right there. Yeah,
sorry to interrupt you, but I'm looking at the sideline, and if you look at the sideline, Brendan Engel is warming up. He is throwing passes right now. He's practicing his throw. Does that mean he's going in?
I think Brandon Engel likes to keep warm regardless. I would be surprised to see Depperschmidt come out of this game, but we got to keep an eye on that, Shashi. So please patrol that sideline. You don't have to sit on that 120-yard line. Get over there and find out what's going on.
If I move anywhere else, the static goes crazy and I can't hear y'all.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it'd get better if you got closer. But well, in any case, let's see if we can figure it out. They got a quick timeout here, so when we come back with 1:03 left in the third quarter, it'll be Cougar ball. You listen to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
St. Nick Frederickson here, First Out Roofing. your local hometown roofer. If your house is made of sticks, stones, and brick, Nick will get it fixed. Your local insurance specialist, whether it's hail or wind, give me a call. I will navigate the insurance process for and with you and make it easy peasy for you. Just give me a call. Look me up at www.firstoutroofing.com or look for my big truck rolling around town. Nick with First Out Roofing.
All right, so 1st and 10 Cougars at their own 46, going from our right to left. Mikey Harrington has his team back out in the field. He's going to check the sideline, make sure he has his play right. He's got 2 to his right, 1 to his left, a couple in the backfield. Here's the snap. Fakes a handoff up the middle. He's going to keep it himself. Makes a nice cut inside there to pick up another 5 or 6 yards. And really good cut there.
Yeah, big missed tackle by Zach Graham. Just left him grasping for air. But great cut by Harrington right there. I mean, I'm not giving this quarterback enough credit. Yeah, he's continuing to put up stats. He's put up
here. He's 13-17 for 169. Starting to get some rushing yards. I don't know if we get a chance to put that up there. Picked up about 6 on that play. So 2nd and 5 into Falcon territory here at the Falcon 49. Again, they're going to check the sidelines here if we get a different call. Mikey Harrington gets his players in position, shifts their running backs there. And they're going to get called for legal procedure, false start here. So going to push him back. And, you know, it's one of the cleanest games we've had so far, but the penalties are starting to come up again.
Yeah, and I think that's been a common factor among not only this team but the whole district. The second half is where most of these penalties are starting to happen. I mean, with the exception of the Frisco Centennial game, but I mean it's killing both teams right now.
Yeah, and they're going to let looks like the third quarter clock run out here after that call here. So at the end of your third quarter, going into the fourth, your Lake Dallas Falcons 17, the Colony Cougars 14.
Dan. I gotta interrupt you real quick.
Sure.
We gotta compare this score to last year. Last year, 65-42. The score at this point was about like 54 to, I believe it was 28 going into the fourth quarter. The score tonight, Cougars 14, Lake Dallas Falcons 17. If that doesn't tell you the improved defense, then I don't know what was.
Yeah, we'll continue on that commentary. We come right back here. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Sweet Hupfine Chevrolet in Louisville, where the prices are so low. So low, so low, so low.
Hey everyone, if you're in the mood for breakfast, lunch, or a chicken dinner, visit Chick-fil-A, located on Kensington Square and Swisher Road in Corinth. Where serving you is always our pleasure. Go Falcons!
All right, so switching sides of the field now. The Cougars will have the wind at their back for the remainder of this, for the fourth quarter and the remainder of the second half. A little bit of a benefit to the Falcons for sure on the field position side of the ball. Let's see what happens here with 12 minutes left in this game. And the Cougars going to line up at their own 46-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's a snap to Harrington. Harrington gives a handoff to the left-hand side. Abdul's going to break through. Oh, really important tackle there. Almost broke through, but should be enough for really close to a first down.
Yeah, just a big run play that's given away by this tough Falcon defense here. Not going to see much of that very often, but it's going to fatigue this D as you're seeing them all with their hands on their hips, hands on their heads, trying to gasp for air. And this Colony team is really high-powered and high-paced.
So did not run to Jacob Machuca's side of the ball and picked up 10 yards. Let's see if they key up on that. Maybe they're listening to this broadcast. 1st and 10 at the Falcons 44. Handoff's going to be the right-hand side this time, right up towards Jacob Machuca. And guess who makes the tackle? Jacob Machuca after only 2 yards.
Jacob Machuca, you don't want to mess with that guy. He's going to go and find the ball wherever it's at. He's one of your best pass rushers on the team. One of the best one of the best technical players on this team. He does everything right, everything you want in a defensive end.
All right, so 2nd and 8. The Falcons trying to dial up some of that third quarter magic on defense and get this ball back in their hands. Harrington's got 2 in the backfield with him. Here's a snap. It's going to be a fake pass to the left-hand side. It's got a man off his hand. Just could not pull in the catch. That was Andrew Nelson. Falls incomplete, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and you're going to see them bring in an extra. Oh, it looks like Jacob Machuca is coming out for this third down. And these are the plays that they need him on these third down passing downs. Hayden Brockenbush going in, not quite the same pass rusher as Machuca.
So the Cougars really can't afford to do too many of these lost possessions anymore. I'm sure they really want this first down. They went to the sidelines to try to dial up a special play. Harrington's got one in the backfield with him, 3 to his right. And here's coming another flag, another illegal procedure. I love it. That's going to back them up another 5 yards, 3rd and 13.
Coach Young clapping his hands on the sideline. All the defense really excited. And you're hearing these fans really get excited for this game. They know that they got to get this win.
Now let me ask you, because you got a sophomore quarterback there, did Ryan Depperschmidt go through some of those growing pains as far as silly penalties and things like that?
And he's still going through these. He's not personally making those penalties, but he's having to endure all these setbacks, and it seems like every positive gain he makes, there's always something that's bringing it back.
Harrington rolls out to the left-hand side, has some time, he's going to end up pulling it down. No, he takes his pass there, has his man, but ran backwards. Let's see where they spot the ball. I think it's going to be short of the first down.
They're going to be short, but you're going to see them go for it. You're going to see Abdullah more than likely get this carry, as the Falcons have had a really hard time stopping them for less than 4 yards.
Boy, I really wish they would have had a gooder. Listen to me.
Better.
Gooder done. I wish we would have gooder done out there. Mikey Harrington was really close to the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball. I almost thought he was past the line of scrimmage, but as it stands, a big pass play for about maybe 10 yards, going to bring up a 4th and 2, and they are going to go for it. They have the offense out in the field. So the Falcons could really use an out here. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff up to the left-hand side. He's got it first down there and is brought down after about 5 or 6 yards. So keeps the Cougars in business.
Yeah, and that's Abdullah on the carry, and the Falcons they have found that weak spot in the team. It's in between both. Looks like there's a huge hole in between Taleno Evans and that is Zaylen Long, just getting double teamed and able to wash down Zaylen and just leaving Taleno to cover 2 gaps, and 9 times out of 10 he's going to lose that battle.
So 1st and 10 at the Falcons 30-yard line, going from our left to right. The Cougars are in business. Here comes another flag. My gosh, man, this second half is just full of yellow.
And that's going to, I don't know about this one. This one might be.
No, anytime there's a flag before the snap, unless it's somebody jumping off sides.
Oh, no. I was just trying to figure out what it would be on. I was going to say illegal formation, but that was 12 men on the field.
All right. Well, I'm glad you saw it. So back them up to the 35-yard line, 1st and 15. The Cougars doing themselves no favors, and the Falcons still trying to keep that bagel on the scoreboard for the second half.
Yeah, and Falcons they just got to keep playing solid defense.
All right, Harrington gets under center this time. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out to his right-hand side. He's got a little bit of time. Machuca did a great job of grabbing the quarterback and swinging him around. He is on fire this half.
Yeah, he's a little bit mad at himself because he wanted that sack, but I think he's going to take that quarterback pressure.
Oh, it was fantastic, and really Harrington could do nothing else but try to get the ball out of his hands before he goes down in a heap. And did so, but it fell miserably
incomplete.
On
the sidelines. All right, Dan, I'm on the sidelines, and I hear these fans going crazy right now after that play. This team is really behind the Falcons right now. I'm sorry, the fans are really behind the Falcons right now.
I think we got it. I like it. And it has. This has been kind of nice. Usually we're on the home side. Being on the visitor side, we do get a little bit of that volume. So here's your 2nd and 15 play. Harrington looks to his right-hand side. He's got no one. Looks to his left. Finally pulls it down and makes a run and gets tackled after maybe 1 yard. Falcons, that could have gone down to the coverage stack. Picks up 1 yard.
Yeah, and guess who it was on the tackle once again, Dan? That was number 40, Jacob Machuca.
On the left-hand side?
Yep.
He went from the left to the right. Wow, that's the pursuit.
So he is one heck of an athlete.
So 3rd and 13, and much to what Shaji was talking about earlier, it is getting hard to hear up here in the booth. The Falcon fans are getting really into this game. Here's your snap. Nope, they're going to call a quick timeout by the looks like the Falcons called a quick timeout to make sure they get the right play in here. So when we come back, 3rd and 13, Falcons trying to hold them off again. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent, has been a proud sponsor of your Lake Dallas Falcons football before there was a Lake Dallas Falcons football team. Mark was a sponsor before there were automobiles, before there was even a Mark Tucker. Ha! Impossible, you say? Not if you know Mark Tucker. Your rate's too high? Your company raising your rates every time you turn left? Give Mark a try. Mention Lake Dallas while getting a quote, and for every quote, $5 will go to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club. $5, $5, ka-ching! Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent.
I don't always watch high school football under the Friday night lights, but when I do, it's with Maston Air, watching the Lake Dallas Falcons crushing it. Stay cool, my friends.
All right, 3rd and 13. Hey, Shaji, keep an eye on Depperschmidt. We saw him stretching out there, trying to work something out. He's not comfortable. So at the 33-yard line, here we go. Harrington takes a quick 3-step drop, looks to the left-hand side. He's got some time, finally pulls it down, throws the ball into the end zone, has his man caught at about the 4-yard line, but boy, he was over the line of scrimmage on that one.
There's a penalty on the play.
There it
that
is.
Ball is coming back.
Okay, the coaches were going crazy on that one. I was going crazy on that one. Well past the line of scrimmage. They're going to bring that one back.
I mean, that was an obvious. If they didn't call that penalty, I was going to lose it right there. He is 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
So the referees aren't blind. I know a lot of people think it from time to time. They are 1 for 2 tonight on past the line of scrimmage.
Just partial. They may be partially.
No. I think we got a really good game here. A rookie mistake by Harrington. It's hard to call anybody in high school a rookie, but there you go. So a huge break there for the Falcons, because that would have been 1st and goal on their 3-yard line.
Yeah, and Falcons are loving this right now. The defense is going to get another chance. They figured out that they got to be able to they got to put a spy back there on that quarterback and maybe run just a little bit more press coverage, because you got to trust in your number 1 cornerback, Preston Sudis, to be out there on his own. They're shading Kobe Minor over there to help him out a little bit, but
okay, so
Preston doesn't need help.
What did he do? Give him a 3-yard penalty for that? What is going on here? They backed him up 3 yards after that penalty. I have never heard of a 3-yard penalty, but that is what they just marched off. So I am just as confused as
they
Harvey
could be
is
partially
here.
blind. They got to be. That's the only answer.
So after a 3rd and 12, it's now 4th and 15. Folks, I don't know what else to tell you here, but let's see if the Falcons can stop them. Here's the snap. Harrington's going to roll out to his right-hand side. Really good pursuit by the Falcons. There's Machuca. Ooh. The ball is up and well out of play. Falcons football. Turnover on downs?
That's a turnover on downs right there. And Jacob Machuca was dealing with Abraham Ogwin on that rollout play right there, but slammed his offensive lineman on the ground. Just smashed Mikey Harrington right there.
Guys, that ball directly hit our camera lady, but thankfully she's okay.
Thank heavens. Be careful out there, Shaji.
Yeah.
I saw that ball get a little loose, but I totally forgot you were in harm's way.
I am.
If we need to send Drew down there, you let us know.
Yeah, he can cover me.
All right, so fantastic plays there by the Falcons. And just, this whole half here, Garen, really a different team on defense.
Yeah, and like I said, going into the 4th quarter, 17-14.
All right, Depperschmidt's going to pull it down himself and run right up the middle, so shaking off any signs of an injury. He's going to pick up about 3 yards there, setting up shop here at about their own 37-yard line. The Falcons need to get a sustained drive here, work some of that clock down, maybe get a few points on the board, because this is still a 1-possession game.
Yeah, and you can't abandon that run game, as we've seen this team do in the 4th quarter. So that's going to be something to watch and talk about.
All right, who do we got back there, Nava or Williams?
That is
I can't
Nava.
make it up. All right, so Nava's in the backfield. 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Man in motion is Kylie Smith. Handoff's going to go to Nava right up the middle. Nava makes a really nice move back into the left-hand side. Picks up an extra 6 yards there. Probably about 6 yards total. Bring up about a 3rd and 2.
Man, he's come into his own right here. This team has missed Itzel Nava and the versatility that he brings to this team. Able to play both wide receiver, fullback. I mean, all 3 position, wide receiver, fullback, and running back, and excel.
Well, he gives the Falcons something different, being only 5'7". He's kind of that quintessential scat back type of person there. and really did a good job there, making a few people miss with that quick move to his left-hand side. So here's our 3rd and 1 play. Depperschmidt's going to hand it off right up the middle. Almost a bunch handoff there. Really did a good job there was Nava to haul that ball in for a first down Falcons.
Now they're giving them the I formation with Nava as a fullback, Kylie Smith back there as a tailback. Going to be interested to see if they're ever going to let Smith run down the middle through those tackles.
All right, I'm thinking Depperschmidt's going to go to his comfort zone and go to Angle here and try to just get some comfortable yards. He's going to have Angle to his far right out there with Williams, I believe. 2 to his left.
I mean, they're leaving Ingle single
Nava
covered
in the
right
backfield with him again. Kylie Smith goes in motion to the right-hand side. The handoff's right up the middle again with Idzael for another 2 or 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They're really starting to hammer away at the core of this defense.
Yeah, and when they do that, they're chewing off the clock. They've already chewed off 3 minutes since they had since they got possession again, and no offense has to keep this type of game plan throughout the rest of the game.
All right, so Nava stays in the game. 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Nava in the backfield with Depperschmidt. Here comes a man in motion. He's going to fake the pitch off right up the middle. There it goes. Depperschmidt picks up about another 5 or 6 yards. Boy, Williams really caught the defense off guard, and a lot of them bid on that, so it opened up a nice hole for Ryan right up the middle.
Yeah, and it's not very often that you're going to see the quarterback turn his back to the defense and do a complete 180 and just make a cut and go right down the middle for a good 9 yards.
My goodness, whatever we saw him warming up on the sidelines, I think he was preparing to really hold the ball and take some hits because that's what he's doing this drive. So 3rd and 2. 2 in the backfield with Depperschmidt. Handoff's going to go right up the middle there to R.J. Eanes, who's going to pick up the real tough yards and another first down Falcons.
And that was finally Kylie Smith getting that carry in between the tackles. That's what I've been waiting for.
Kylie Smith. You sure?
That was.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Guys, I know this is really rare to say, but so far in this drive, there's been great blocking by the offensive line. They're allowing the runners to get a hole and get some yardage going.
That is a great point and something that we've been needing to see for some time because the pass protection, honestly, Shaji, hasn't been there for a good part of this game. So down to 5:38, really chewing up the clock here and into Cougar territory at their 42-yard line. 1st and 10 Falcons. Handoff goes up the middle again. Man's going to pick up about another 4 or 5 yards. Who do we got there?
That's Idzael Nava on the carry
wow.
once again.
They're really giving him the rock now. And how is that only 2 yards? I think the scoreboard guy has something wrong there because that was 3 or 4. So taking their time to get this play in. The clock's going to be really close to getting under 5 minutes. 2nd and 7 out of 39 of Falcons going from our right to left.
They just got to keep chipping away. You're going to see some short intermediate throws here mixed in with those in-between tackle plays.
All right, so Depperschmidt, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Man in motion to his right-hand side. Pitch is going to be to the right. That's going to be Kylie Smith who cuts it up that to the middle. Makes a couple men miss. Picks up about another 4 yards. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 4. Really nice job there by Kylie.
Yeah, and I mean, he did a whole lot of work just to gain 4 yards, but he just fantastic and spectacular out there.
So more time grinding off this clock. The ball at the Cougar 35, 3rd and 2. Ryan Depperschmidt lines up in the back, takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself to the right-hand side, try to keep his feet above him. Guy can't tell how close he's going to be. It's going to be really close to a first down. Let's see where they spot it.
Well, the line judge has him short. It's going to be a 4th and 1, I believe.
So, guys, on this play, do you feel, since the offense has been doing great, should they go for it? Or should they punt it off?
I think that they're going to have to go for it.
Yeah.
You just can't trust that. Falcons aren't in terrible field position if they don't convert on this 4th down because the defense has done a pretty well job of keeping the colony contained. But you got to hope that this offense is going to get this tough first down right here. They're going to have to
let the clock run down and call a timeout here to make sure they get the play in here right. But this is an important play. So, folks, when we come back with the Falcons leading 17-14, 4th and 1 from the Cougars 34. Stay tuned. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Commercial flooring can be complicated. Let the team at TW Hicks uncomplicate the process. Located right here in Denton, Texas, TW Hicks will work with you to determine the best solution for your flooring needs. Focused on quality service, quality leadership, and the experience needed to be your industrial flooring solution, make TW Hicks your flooring source.
Hey Falcon fans, Looking for a family-friendly local dentist? Well, former Falcon Dr. Danny Baird is the one for you. You'll find his new office located off Swisher Road, opening this December. Stop on by. You don't want to miss it.
All right, Falcons, this is an important point here for the season. We were talking about a little earlier about the schedule, and this is one of those games you've got to get a W in a column if you want to get in those playoffs, and we're in good position to do so.
We're knocking all wood up here once again, but this Falcons team has to convert on this 4th down.
Yeah, there's really no jinxing when you're in a broadcast booth. You can jinx when you're watching the game on the sideline or something, but here we go. So Ryan's in the backfield. No, who's in the backfield? Is that a direct snap to Kylie? Kylie's right up the middle. He's got it at the 30, 25,
wow.
20-yard line. Big first down for the Falcons. They are pumped up out there.
It is thunderous out here, guys. It is ridiculous how loud the Falcon fans are.
Give him his bowl and fork because Kylie is eating those defenders up right now.
So that puts the Falcons at business at the Cougar 20-yard line. 3:33 left in this game. What's that, yum-yum? Absolutely yum-yum. Although I'll tell you, Kylie's taking his time getting off the field. He is not feeling great on that one, but picked up really important yards there for the Falcons. So he's going to go to the side and take a breath. Shaji, if you want to sashay over there, see if you can get a feel for if he's going to be all right or not.
Definitely.
All right, so Coach Young's calling some plays in there to Depperschmidt. Depperschmidt's taking his time. Who's out there with him? 21.
That's Zach Sasser.
All right, so the clock's going now here. Plenty of time, 20 seconds left on the play clock, 3:10 on the game clock. Depperschmidt's got Sasser in the backfield with him. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. 2 in the backfield. I can't see who's in front of him. I'm going to say Nava again. But let's see what they dial up here. Here's a snap. Wow, did they blow that up. The Cougars stopped that one for nothing, and Ryan Depperschmidt slow to get up again.
Yeah, and you're going to see Ryan Depperschmidt just rubbing some dirt on that injury and just get right back out there because that's the type of player he is.
Yep, and the Cougars are going to call a timeout on that play there and try to stop some of this clock because that clock is going to start running down. 2:50 left in this game. Each team with 1 timeout. 2nd and 11 for the Falcons at the 21-yard line of the Cougars.
Right now, the Falcons are at 11 plays for 45 yards, and all of this is taking a nice 8 minutes off the clock, and they just got to keep rolling.
It's been the perfect recipe for that drive to really chew that clock down, like you had mentioned, and put the Cougar in harm's way. So both teams are going to talk this one up. I still feel like Brandon Engel is going to get a pass here, but I don't even know if Coach Young wants to put the ball in the air. I've got my questions on that.
No, I think that Coach Young is going to stick with what's giving them success. Going to continue to run, going to continue with those short passes. I don't think you're going to see any deep passes into the end zone right at this moment. He wants to give his team, he wants to give the Colony the ball back with not much time left.
All right, so Engel and Williams to his right, Christian to his left. You're going to have Kylie Smith and Nava in the backfield. Depperschmidt lines up. They are bringing the house every time. Here's a snap. Depperschmidt keeps himself still on his feet. But, boy, the Cougars are dialing up a heavy blitz on the line every play.
Yeah, and it's not really hard to read that play because every time they've gotten in that formation with Ryan Depperschmidt back there, not under the center, with dual backs in the backfield, they're just...
Don't you dial up the Tebow here where he tucks it and then just a jump pass right over the top to Brandon Engel? This is the Tebow play.
It definitely is the Tebow play. You got to hope that it's going to happen.
You need to get a little bit of Urban Meyer here, Michael Young. Call the play.
Maybe a little
call the play.
Maybe we'll see like a Statue of Liberty with Idzael Nava.
All right. Here's your 3rd and 12 play. They've only got 2 in the backfield, 2 to the right. Ryan Depperschmidt takes a snap, pitches out to the right-hand side. Kylie's got a little bit of space and is swallowed alive by the Cougars. That's going to be a loss of maybe 1 or 2 after that and bring up 4th down. So the Cougars, 3 big stops, 3 important stops for the Cougars, keeps this game alive with 2 minutes left.
I don't agree with the play selection on those 3 plays. You run it 3 straight times, which makes no sense to me. You have Brandon Engel, who's been killing the secondary, and now even if you hit this field goal, the Cougars still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, and you have a couple players who have been relatively quiet since making big plays from the beginning. Christian Covington made some huge first downs for this team, and he's been silent throughout the game. I don't understand why they're not feeding him the ball. We really haven't seen Charles Williams catch very many passes out there. They've stuck to this run game, 4th and long. The defense knows what's coming. You're up by 3.
Don't be surprised. They're going for it on this 4th down because it's too far outside of a kick field goal. I don't think a field goal helps them. I think you need a 2-possession game.
So. I think you need a 2-possession game.
So there's no harm in throwing the ball 15, 20 yards downfield. Worst case scenario, falls incomplete or gets picked off, and they start at their 25-yard line and have to march 75 yards in 2 minutes, which is a big ask for a team that has no timeouts.
Yeah, but this, one thing about this team, they have a whole lot of heart, and they don't have any quit in them at all. And we've known that through every single game. It feels like it's been a nail-biter.
All right, so just as we suspected, the Falcons are going to go for it. Ryan Deppersmith's opening up the backfield. Remember, the Cougars have blitzed every time up the middle since they've been on their side of the field. Let's see if they do it again. He's going to get a quick 3-step drop. Has a little bit of time. Ball's up for Brandon Angle. Angle's got room.
He's got it.
Ball. Is it going to be a touchdown? Touchdown Falcons!
Wow.
Brandon Angle!
Wow.
Woo! Dials it up. Huge touchdown. Falcons score.
Wow.
And Shaji is running with the flag team, enjoying the heck out of himself. What a big play. What a gutsy call there, Garen.
Wow, that was amazing. They got that connection going once again when it mattered the absolute most.
And he has been quiet all day.
Wow.
So 23-14, they line up for the extra point. Apayez is up. It is good. A big 10-point lead with 1:58 left in the game. No timeouts for the Cougars. Wow. Right place, right time.
That was a 14-play, 65-yard drive. Brandon Ingle now has 4 catches for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kylie Smith took that game over, really started controlling the clock, and they are excited on that sideline.
Oh, and the fans are standing up, applauding their team, really enjoying the heck out of this. Shaji, I saw you got your push-ups in.
Woo!
Rock and roll, my friend. That was well-earned 24 push-ups.
Yeah, that was my workout for the day, and I'm so full of energy right now. I just want to go onto the field and be part of this team. Just put on pads and just start hitting people.
Well, it's been remarkable, if you look at how the
Falcons played. I feel young.
You gotta love the Falcons when they're on the road. They've had a really good time on the road this year.
I mean, you got to. They've had some tough losses, and sometimes it's worked out really well for the Falcons. And these fans, I don't know how they feel about these nail biters, but it's like every game we all of us up here are really close to getting a heart attack.
We've only had 1 or 2 games where it was over by the 3rd quarter. Most of these games have gone down thing, and there's still plenty of time on the clock for the Cougars. Although it is a 2-possession game with no timeouts, you gotta like the Falcons' chances. Here's a kick from our right to left. He's gonna pooch it a little bit. It's gonna fall at about the 25-yard line. Oh, it's still in the air. They take the ball down. He's at the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Apayez is gonna try to get the tackle in, and finally does at about the 38-yard line of the Falcons. So what they thought was going to be a pooch has really came out to bite them. Big 40, 45-yard return for the Cougars in business in Falcon territory.
Special teams has been something that the Falcons have really been struggling with, especially on kickoff coverage. This team's gunners, they just lose their path. They just go straight for the guy with the ball. It's something that you got to do as the gunners and anybody in the protections besides your two contained guys. They got to remain in their lanes. They can't lose containment. They got to keep consistent discipline.
So the Falcons, after being fairly steady on the special team side of the ball, allow the Cougars inside their side of the field. Here's the snap to Harrington. Goes up to his left-hand side. Has a man met immediately after the catch and will stay in bounds to keep that clock going after maybe a 1-2 yard gain.
Yeah, Nick Cagnetto with the good coverage. He has at least, I think, probably one bad play a game, but he really steps up after those plays.
All right, so 2nd and 8 at the 3-yard line. The Falcons. Harrington steps back. Got a man right in his face. Throws the ball. Really good reception down to the Falcons' 23-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Cougars.
Yeah, and the Cougars have no timeouts, so everything's working against them right now.
But as they move the hash, that's going to stop the clock. Still 1:22 left. Lots of time. Good pursuit there, but Harrington did a decent job to get that ball off. Here's a snap. Looks to his right-hand side. Tries to find a man. It's going to be brought down in the backfield. No. Throws the ball out No flag on that. It's going to try to help the man up and doesn't. Jacob Machuca took out a lot of anger on that quarterback.
I think that
that tackle.
I think that he may have hurt him right there. Wow. Huge hit by Machuca on Mikey Harrington. Mikey Harrington's really slow
and
getting
I know you
up.
were thinking penalty, but honestly, he hit him right when he was releasing the ball. They have every right to follow through with that tackle, and he put him into the turf.
You know, but D.L. Robertson was the initial one to cause all that disruption in the backfield. Once again, he is your number one guy on the defensive line. Everybody's attention goes to him, and when their attention begins coming on D.L. Robertson, that opens up for Jacob Machuca.
All right, credit to the sophomore. He's back out there. He's going to have 3 to his left, 1 to his right. He's got his man Abdullah in the backfield with him. 1:10 left on the clock. Here's a snap. 3-step drop. Lots of people coming in. Here's the Falcons at the 35, 40, 45,
That's
50.
D.L.
He's
Robertson.
looking back, 45. 40, this is going to be your ball game. He's going to be tackled at the 40-yard line. Huge play. The Colony guy rips his helmet off. Personal fouls. They are putting the nails in the coffin now, and Colony can be as upset as they are with anybody else, but they should be more upset with themselves. They gave the ball away. Beautiful job there by the Falcons.
Just when we were talking huge on D.L. Robertson, he goes out there and makes another huge play on another interception, his second of his career. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
This team is something else.
A big wow. And really, you know, Garen, you warned me about how the Colony players would react. And after that interception, boy, just a real nasty personal foul. You know, they're going to walk off the penalty, but stuff like that can hurt a player's career. They really, I mean, I don't know if the refs have an opportunity to eject a player from a game.
Guys,
that's a chance to eject a player from a game.
Guys, I know the fans are acting like kids. We're going crazy, but so are the coaches. They're hugging each other and going crazy with their players right now.
They should be. This is an important win, so they're going to go into the kneel it down. Ryan Depperschmidt kneels it down. Take no chances with this Colony team, who have been chippy all night long. A lot of cheap shots.
Wow.
And there's your ball game. So, Garen, boy, we came out here expecting a gun shoot or a shootout, and 24-14. Falcons are going to walk away winners.
The total opposite. What a statement to end the game. You couldn't have ended it better with the defense making a big play, as it has been all night long, the defense having to control this game. D.L. Robertson, we just talked big of him causing that sack. And, you know, he wasn't getting much recognition, but that paid off for him right there. Second interception of his career.
I know. Jacob Machuca is my man of the match for this one, man. He had a stellar game, wreaking havoc in the backfield, hurting Harrington, making him throw passes early, and just really a great game for the senior. And we talked about putting it on your resume. This is his resume builder tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Jacob Machuca, one a heck of a player.
Yeah, there's your whistle. The Falcons win coming in to the Cougar Stadium here, 24-14.
Wow. I mean, I have no other words. I'm just, that was awesome. That was one of the best games. A little recap here. The Falcons were let me see right here. Ryan Depperschmidt, 12 for 17, 156 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Mikey Harrington of the Colony, 17 for 24, 2 touchdowns. You know, we talked about Brandon Engel being quieter this night. His final stat line, 4 catches, 63 yards and 2 touchdowns.
What a huge day from Brandon Engel, and that was all in the second half.
And what about Kylie Smith, the running back? 5 catches, 65 yards. Really could have had 2 or 3 touchdowns if they weren't for some slight overthrows or some what should have been pass interferences.
A huge, huge win for you Lake Dallas Falcons fans, and I know there's going to be a lot of emotions running high in the locker room. I know Shaji's out there trying to talk to Coach, but my gosh, Coach has a lot of other things to do with as excited as his team are, and getting ready to line up and listen to the band sing their fight song. Oh, boy, that was a welcome distraction from last week.
Wow. The Falcons needed that win more than anything, Dan.
Yeah, they did.
Here, Garen.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Coach. Coach, congratulations on the win. In the second half, what did you say to your players?
We just need to keep playing hard, because I told them I was proud of them. You keep playing hard, good things are going to happen for us. We haven't had a lot of breaks or good things happen, and we had some stuff happen tonight, and we won a big game.
Brandon Ingle didn't have anything in the first half, but in the second half, he popped up for 4 catches, 64 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Just how proud of you are him?
Oh, of all of them. That's a big catch in the end zone for a sophomore to make with a lot of pressure, but it was a great throw. Depper Schmidt hung in there. They were going to bring one more than we had in protection all night, and he was just going to have to hang in there, be tough, and win the game for us, and he did it.
All right, enjoy the win, Coach. Thank you.
Hey,
back to you guys.
The great
Coach Young. Man, he is such a genuine guy, and really you can tell by the tone of his voice, really enjoying this win, and it means a lot to the team. You know, the narrative coming into this game was this could be your turning point for the season. You're either going to go down a road where the playoffs seem like a distant memory, or this sets the stage for a late season run, puts you in a great position. The way they play tonight, there's not a team on that schedule they can't beat.
No, there isn't. I mean, you saw McKinney North lose to this Colony team. You saw Little Elm barely sneak by the Colony. Lake Dallas is the dark horse of this district, and they are coming for you.
Lake Dallas laid down a marker tonight. So some of the final stats, I know Garen was running through them. Total yards, 253, 251. So a defensive battle, something we really weren't expecting. We have some of the rushing stats in here now. Really, Ryan Depperschmidt ran the ball 21 times. And, yeah, not a lot of yards, but some important times where he got a little bit of yards to keep drives alive, to keep the clock running. You know, you talk about that last drive where they just really drained the clock of any life it had left. And then that big 4th and 15, beautiful pass to the corner of the end zone for Brandon Engel.
Coach Michael Young just earned his 300th victory. And
his 100th victory.
100th.
You got that, Drew? That is a really, really cool banner. They probably had that ready for a couple times, but congratulations, Coach Young, on your 100th victory, and a beautiful night to do it here. Coming in to Tommy Brake Stadium and laying your marker down in somebody else's backyard. You got to love it.
Wow, I mean, Coach Young, I think the best high school football head coach there is out there. One of the best guys that you could talk to. The best coaches, and if anybody can bring a team from down in the dumps to competing all the way into the fourth quarter and making nail-biter games and being able to show how much heart this team has, it's Michael Young. I'll take him any day over any other coach.
All right, so a fantastic Friday night here at Tommy Brake Stadium. Your Lake Dallas Falcons 24.
No, keep going, Dan.
All right.
I'm going to give the fans a couple of scores from around the district.
Your Colony 14. Important win for the Falcons, and we're going to have some commentary here from Garen, try to see what we have going on around the rest of the district here.
Yeah, right now you have the Newman Smith Trojans 40 against the Turner Lions, 30 with a little over a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. Little Elm and Creekview, Little Elm won 49-0. And the Prosper Eagles versus the McKinney North Bulldogs. Prosper 43, McKinney North 17.
Wow, look out for Prosper. Circle that game at the end of the season. That's going to be a fun one, folks.
And that's going to be one to watch. It's going to be fun.
That could be for the division the way this is lining up. McKinney North goes down here. We get a big win. If you can get the W's,
if you can win out from here on out,
that game could be for the division.
Yep. That's exactly right, and it's going to come down. Right now you have Little Elm, and now you have Prosper as your top two teams in the district, and I think this moves Lake Dallas into third place.
All right, so again, who's your offensive player of the game?
My offensive player of the game, I'm going to have to drift away from Kylie Smith and go Brandon Engel. I mean, he was silent, and you didn't see him go off to the sidelines. Sophomore receiver, you don't see him going off to the sidelines and complaining, you're not giving me the ball, as you would see with several number one wideouts. He just stays quiet, and in the second half just goes off. I mean, he had no stats whatsoever, and then 4 catches for 63 yards and 2 touchdowns. You can't ask for much more. With a huge touchdown at the end of the fourth quarter on a 4th and 15 from Ryan Depperschmidt.
Right.
To Brandon Engel.
He only averaged about 2 yards a carry on the ground, but every one of those carries felt so important in the second half when they're bleeding that clock down. Idzael Nava, 8 carries, 23 yards, again, along with 7, but still, every one of those ones punishing the defense, hitting them in the mouth, wearing them down. It worked out great.
If I could give this whole team like the offensive honors, I would. I mean, the the offensive line really picked up their play in the fourth quarter, gave Ryan Depperschmidt just a little bit more time. They didn't give him much time, but they gave him just enough to where he was able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Well, there's things to look at in the locker room, and certainly take some questions away from this game. The offensive line was porous at best, but they got through it. They got the W, and now we're really enjoying the end of a game. You know, my defense player is still going to be Jacob Machuca, but
I got my guy DL Robertson as my player of the game.
All right, so Falcon fans, thank you for tuning in. A fantastic night for your Lake Dallas Falcons. Next week is going to be Creekview. That looks like is that in a?
It's going to be at
a home game.
Creekview Mustangs against the Lake Dallas Falcons.
It's going to be a home game
at Falcon Stadium. Kickoff at 7 p.m. Everybody be there.
We'll see you then. You listen to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Everyone drive safe and good night, and thank you for listening.